Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
Good afternoon. So I am running a little bit late. I had to close my window because Gotham City is getting crazy out there. So let's go ahead and jump into this live. I see I have some Hood Rat fans in the chat, and I'm going to tell you this right now. It's not that people can't see Hood's trauma. She is a grown-ass woman. I could easily use the same excuse and continue to treat people a certain type of way. People don't like her because of how she treats people. And maybe you're the type of person where you're so busy trying to give grace and understanding, you allow people to play in your face. You allow people to walk all over you. You allow people to treat you bad. You allow people to continuously disappoint you time and time and time and time again, all because you can see their trauma and you can see like why they act the way that they do. Yet you're the one that keeps getting treated poor. You're not being respected. You're not being heard. You're just being used and taken advantage of. And this person keeps manipulating you, keeps emotionally manipulating you because they know that you're going to give them empathy. And your empathy is being weaponized against you. So y'all keep saying that the girls are mean, the girls are mean, the girls are mean. The girls are finally defending themselves. And again, we only got the edited version of Huda, Hurricane Huda. We didn't get the unedited version of Hurricane Huda. And why is it that we keep getting the edited version of Huda? We're not getting the unedited version of Huda. Is it because of the things that she does that it just cannot be shown? Because even when it comes to the challenge, it's like we didn't even get to see what the hell she did. We only get bits and pieces of Huda. So what is she really doing? So let's get into this breakdown. And it's weird because I got people like trying to bully me into liking her. And it's just like, if you can't stand on your own when it comes to liking her, because this is not a hive mindset platform. If you can't stand on your own 2 feet with liking her, then maybe you don't really like her like that. Because I don't need 100 people standing behind me saying, yeah, girl, we don't like her either, girl. We don't like her either. I don't give a damn. And this don't got shit to do with Shelly either. This is me. I don't like how she acts. I don't like her behavior. Period. It don't have shit to do with Shelly. It don't have nothing to do with black women. It got everything to do with the fact that how she conducts herself as a woman is unacceptable to me. Period. She can have her trauma. She can go to therapy. She can work on herself. She can elevate from this point. However, where she is today, it's just unacceptable to me. And I'm not condoning women who act like that. I wouldn't want my niece acting like that. I wouldn't want any young women thinking that that's okay or you can behave like that because of your trauma. No, you need to work on yourself because it will get to a point where your trauma and your behavior is now sabotaging your life. So at some point, you got to start taking accountability instead of putting the blame on trauma and, well, this experience and this experience. Okay, but you're ruining your life. You're literally ruining your life. So listen, that girl ain't trying to grow. It's so easy to be manipulated by people like that because you want to believe that they're going to be a better person. And the whole time they keep showing you they ain't changed. Like, let's get into it. So, episode 25 was boring to me, which is why I did not do a recap. I was like, you know what? I'm going to just put 25 and 26 together because I just felt like it was boring. I was like, damn, this is probably the most boring episode I've watched. So let's just get into everything that's going on. Okay. First and foremost, let's get into just the villa confronting and calling out people, because honestly this was the most intense episode. 26 was probably the most intense episode that I've seen, because there's been a lot of like talking behind people's backs, people not really confronting the other person on how they really feel. They're still trying to play this tit for tat game because they're still trying to keep their options open and exploring. And I love this episode because it's like, okay, let's really get into it. So let's get into it when it comes to this live stream. Let's get into it. And if you want to call in, you can call in after I get done with my opinion, and then you can state yours. Okay. So who should I start with first? Let's start with Huda. Let's just go ahead and start with Huda. It was clear that the ladies were waiting for this opportunity to talk to Huda and to be honest with her. And the ladies played themselves. Like, I have to be real with you. Shelly, Sierra, Olandria, they really played themselves. When you look at Huda being on the show, right, and all of the problems that she has caused, well, at some point, the ladies on the show have to also look at themselves, because you had the opportunity to vote her off the show and you chose not to. And it's the same energy that I have when it comes to Olandria. You had the opportunity to vote Taylor off the show and choose Jalen, but you decided to go with Taylor. And so it's like, with these two decisions, they're coming back to bite. So at the end of the day, it's like, I can understand where the girls are coming from. They gave Huda a second chance, and they regret giving her that second chance because they haven't really seen the loyalty, the allyship. And oftentimes as Black women, like, we give allyship to other women and then it's not returned. And that's what a lot of people are not understanding with Shelly. Like, people are not understanding where Shelly is coming from, because oftentimes people don't want to understand where Black women are coming from. So let's get into Huda, right? Let's go back though, because Huda had made this boundary with the ladies in the house regarding Jeremiah. Okay. Now, when she created this boundary regarding Jeremiah, it created an allyship because the women were in agreement with the boundary that she set regarding Jeremiah. And that's what a lot of women do not want to acknowledge. You don't want to acknowledge the fact that Shelly and the other girls agreed to this boundary when it came to Jeremiah. So because of that, the principle is, when it's my turn, Shelly, when it's my turn, then you're going to return that same allyship. And that is not what happened. And I'm going to be so real with you. At first, Shelly, I did not understand where she was coming from, but I had to listen and hear her out to seek understanding for me to truly understand, like, where is she coming from? And when she explained it, all she wanted was for the allyship to be returned to her regarding Ace. So she was willing to respect Jeremiah and the boundary that Huda had at the beginning of the show, in the beginning episodes. But this is when Shelly was like, oh, so we're not in an allyship. We're not. When it's time to return the favor, we're not in an allyship, because you were so quick to cross that boundary with Ace. And that's when Shelly was like, I thought you were someone that I could be friends with and cool with, but I'm coming to the realization that that's not what this is, and that we don't live by the same principles. And see, when it was Huda in the situation with Jeremiah, she wanted everyone to respect her boundaries. She wanted everyone to respect her connection. And Shelly and the other girls were willing to do that. But that was not given to Shelly in return. And that is what she's upset about. It's not really about the challenge. It's not really about Ace and all this other stuff. It is truly the principle. And so now Shelly feels the need to guard herself and protect herself because what she thought was genuine and mutual, she found out during that challenge that that is not what that was. So let's get into it. Let me see, because I have so many different clips here. Okay. No, wait. Let's not forget how she was acting.
I can already tell that the bitch doesn't fucking compare to me. Do I know her? No. Oh, I think she's messy as fuck. I think she's messy as fuck. I don't like her. I just already don't like her. I don't play about what's mine. Like, what's mine is mine and don't fucking touch it.
Iris moves so weird to me. She hides everything from the damn get-go. She's over here, I'm a girl's girl. No, the fuck you're not. He told me that she's not his type, he's not attracted to her, and that he does not want to sleep in the bed with her.
Exactly. Huda created Friendship Island. Huda, actually, if we're being real, and to any like viewers where you watch previous seasons, please let me know. But Huda actually ruined this season of Love Island. She did. She did. Within the first 2 to 3 days, she ruined it. So let's not forget what she was doing, what she was saying, and how she was acting in the beginning. So Shelly, let's see. They finally talk. Because this is what everyone was waiting on.
The challenge. I was not respected, and I feel like too many times I give you a lot of grace for stuff. So I'm trying to hear you out right now, but
And ladies, to those that you give grace and you give grace and you give grace, yet the whole time the person keeps showing you who they are and you keep giving grace, guess who has the egg on their face? You do. You have the egg on your face. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you can give grace, but girl, we not cool. Sometimes you can give grace and be like, I see that you have trauma and issues, but I don't like you like that. Stay away from me. You can give grace and be like, okay, cool. This is who you are. This is where you are in life, but I don't got to be cool with you. I'm very big on grace, but I'm also big on boundaries. So she's upset about that. She's like, listen, we've been giving you grace. And all of the girls in the house kept giving Huda grace, kept giving her second chances. So this situation should have never occurred, but yet it did. But people keep saying, well, she's trying, she's changed. No, she has not. She just became sneakier. And she's been lying too. So let's get into it.
I really don't, and it's just like right now it's starting to aggravate me.
I did that in that moment. It upset you. That won't happen again. I will.
Also, another thing too was I love how Shelly distanced herself because she was not in a place to have the conversation with Huda. She wasn't. I respected her a lot for that. A lot of people felt like, I don't know, understand why Shelly is acting like that. Like she should just go talk to Huda. She's not emotionally in a place to have that conversation because she's that upset. And sometimes you need to respect people's boundaries when they set one, and it's just a temporary boundary. Like, hey, I'm not in the space to emotionally have this conversation with you because I don't want to say something that I'm going to regret. I don't want to come at you and just lash out. So I can't have that conversation with you right now. But a lot of people who find themselves in situations like this, like on Huda's side, is like you want them to have that conversation with you right now in the moment because it benefits you. And you feel guilty about what you did, what you said, how you treated them. And so you feel entitled to have that conversation with them right now. But it's like you're not even giving them the space to process their feelings. You're not even giving them the chance to process the emotions that came with what you decided to do so that they can have a conversation with a clear mind. Because I'm telling you, you're not going to be able to, if y'all were to sit and have that conversation, nothing is truly going to be resolved. So it's like, respect people who just need time to process their feelings and what happened. So then like you can have a conversation that's truly worth having. Otherwise, it was just going to be like, oh, it was just gonna be two women going back and forth arguing. It wasn't gonna get anywhere. It wasn't gonna solve anything. So I respected Shelly for that. She was like, hey, I'm just not in the space. And like you could tell, just look at her face. Shelly is irritated. She's irritated, she is fed up.
Say, okay, I fucked up and I shouldn't have done that. I hate that I upset you. I really do. And all I can say is I'm sorry.
And I think the girls are tired of Huda being sorry. That's what I think. I think they tired of her being sorry. I think they want her to be like something else at this point. I think they tired of her being sorry. Cause it's always, I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't mean that. Oh, well, it was an accident. Or, my bad. I think they're just tired of that. And you got to understand too, in the beginning, the way she crashed out, they only knew the girl for like a few weeks, not even a few weeks, a few days. They've known her now for a few weeks. And I feel like just by the looks on their face, they're exhausted. Like they're like, listen, like we have tried, like we have given you grace after grace. After a while, it's just like, what is the point? Because it's like you keep doing this and it's the same story over and over again. So it's like people are getting fed up with her. It's like, damn, they tired of her being sorry all the time. Have you ever been in a situation with that with someone where they keep doing the same thing? Y'all keep having the same conversation. And it's just like at this point, like I'm tired of you always being sorry. Because now your apologies just they come across as manipulation. Because manipulation is, okay, someone apologizes for their behavior and then they change their behavior. But like if a person has to keep apologizing, after a while, the apology becomes manipulation because you continuously have to apologize because they're not changing their behavior. And everyone keeps overlooking that.
At the end of the day, a fucking challenge, it doesn't compare to my friendship with you. All I can ask is for forgiveness, but if you don't want to give me forgiveness, that's fine.
I just want to know, I wish I could ask Huda that if the shoe was on the other foot and say it was Shelly, would you be open to being friends with her after the fact? Like, that's what I want to know. Like, if this was say Ace was Jeremiah and Shelly did the situation with Jeremiah, would you be so forgiving? Would you be so quick to look past it and continue to be friends with her? That's what I want to know. And I don't know if we get to ask that question, like the viewers, but I really want to know, like, if the shoe was really on the other foot, and we know how she felt about Jeremiah, like she was going crazy about this man. I really want to know, like, if she was in the shoes of Shelly, if she would just be so forgiving. I want to know.
All right, I'm done with my questions.
Also, let me continue. Let's see. Somebody said Huda would have pulled her off. Girl, it would have been a huge fight. There would have been a huge fight.
Hannah was robbed of her Love Island experience.
Now, hold on. This to me was the funniest part because one thing I learned about Huda, she seeks male validation. So even when she takes accountability, she only takes accountability because she's being validated by men to do so. Like they like clap for her when she takes accountability, or they give her like reassurance when she takes accountability. So one thing I noticed about Huda is like she's quick to take accountability when she's being validated by men to do so. So the peak easy with Chris, she emotionally manipulated him by playing the victim, and she softened up to him so that he could be easily manipulated. And then because he was easy to emotionally manipulate in the peak easy, he's clearly on her side now. But Nick is not. But Nick has known Huda longer than Chris. And no one is talking about that. So Chris is on her side, but Chris doesn't know Huda in the way that Nick does. So I thought it was interesting how when they had this conversation here, when Nick had the conversation with her, because nobody is talking about this.
Just wanted to like kind of get your side of things.
Okay, all I've ever been told is it's just a challenge, nothing's personal. It wasn't like oh, I want Ace. Ace is like, I'm trying to get with Ace. I'm not trying to do that.
I do see your point of view. I think like the line was crossed, definitely at Ace.
And listen, a lot of us can see her point of view. That's the thing. Like a lot of us can see her point of view, but it's like you want us to just see Huda's point of view and not see Shelly's point of view. So I can see Huda's point of view. It's a challenge. It's just a challenge. It's just a challenge. But when you consider Shelly's point of view, because y'all never want to see Black women's point of view. Y'all don't. When you actually listen to Shelly and how she explains her point of view, I understand why Shelly feels the way that she feels. And so now going back to Nick saying, even though I can see your point of view, you still took it too far. And again, we got the edited version of what she did. We did not get the raw footage. So even though I can see Huda's point of view is just a challenge, I can even see how she's trying to redeem herself because in the beginning, she wasn't trying to explore her options. However, you decided to create an allyship with Shelly. That was your choice. And maybe you as a woman should have went back to Shelly and said, hey, after the whole Jeremiah situation, I'm really wanting to change things up this time. And I'm going to step into the villa taking on a different approach. So the original boundary that I had set regarding Jeremiah, I'm no longer like interested in continuing that. Like I felt like more needed to be communicated. But instead, Shelly is taking the assumption because of the allyship that they already had in place that was supposed to be mutual, because Shelly respected her in that way, she assumed that there was going to be a continuation of that. So again, I can see Huda's point of view, but I can also see Shelly's point of view. And the only reason I'm leaning towards Shelly is because of principles. You can't set boundaries with someone and then have other people abide by those boundaries, but then you yourself don't. That's not respectable to me. That is not respectable at all. And that's what people want me to respect when it comes to Huda. Like, what is there to respect when it comes to that? How are you going to set a boundary with me? I abide by the boundary, but you yourself don't. Like, what sense does that make? And if you had a change of heart, then you should have spoke up. You should have said something. But instead, you wanted to move sneaky. You wanted to move sly, right? So now you're showing me a version or a side of yourself that I don't like. I don't want to be around. So why are people mad at Shelly? Shelly is just like, okay, cool. Like, if that's how you want to move, that's fine. But that don't mean we got to be buddy. But you could have let me know.
My straight up opinion. Have you and Shelly talked about it?
No, we haven't talked about it. I don't think she's ready, so I'm giving her space. And do I think I went overboard? Yes, and I take full accountability for that. And
now this is what I want to point out to the people that are slow. She is saying that she's taking accountability because Nick did not enable her. And she's not really taking accountability. She's really taking verbal ownership. And I need the girls to understand this so you're not out here getting manipulated when someone from your past comes back and they try to make it seem like they're this changed person and they tell you, hey, they use the buzzword or the buzzwords or the buzz phrase. I'm taking accountability. Accountability is change behavior. That's it. It's an action. Verbal ownership is saying, I take accountability for how I treated you, how I acted, how whatever the situation may be. Period. That's verbal ownership. Accountability is changed behavior, which we have not seen. So a lot of y'all get so caught up in the phrase, I take accountability. That don't mean shit to me. That's verbal ownership only. Accountability is changing your ways. So don't allow people to come at you telling you, yeah, I went to therapy and yeah, I'm taking accountability. Like, okay, that sound cool. That's verbal ownership. All right. But at the end of the day, you still need to be discerning of the verbal ownership that they took and it matching with their behavior. Otherwise, that's just manipulation. So now you back at square one. So she took verbal ownership. I'm not seeing the accountability. And the only reason why she took verbal ownership is because she's being male validated by Nick. That's it.
I won't do that again. And all I can do is learn from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like, and then this is another thing. Her taking verbal ownership, why does it look like it's a punishment for her? Like if she genuinely felt like she did something wrong and she's taking the verbal ownership of your actions should not be punishment. It should just be truth and it should be genuine. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna read her down because people be like, oh, you don't like her because it's some surface level bullshit. No, I'm like reading her. Like I see through the facade. If you're genuinely apologetic about your behavior and you're choosing to take verbal ownership, it's not punishment. It's truth. Because now you have a change of heart. Like from a genuine place, you have a change of heart. Like, damn, you know what? My bad. That is not how I wanted to show up. That is not how I wanted that to come across. But it's like punishment for her to be verbally owning her behavior. Please. That's why I'm like, y'all could listen. Y'all gonna have to play in somebody else's face because it ain't gonna be mine, girl. It is not gonna be mine. I did 3.5 years of therapy. Nope. Nope. Because I used to be the type of person where my empathy would cloud my discernment. Let's see. I want to move on. Okay, let me go back to when the villa confronts Huda again.
Hannah was robbed of her love from Nicholas. Thank you for your candor.
Yeah, I mean.
Hold on.
Well, you should have been dumped from the island. From Nicholas. Thank you for your candor.
Now listen, this threw Huda the F off. And it's the reason why I had to show you the previous clip because she wasn't expecting that from Nick. Nick been playing like low key. Nick been playing both sides when it comes to Huda. Like he's been playing the peacemaker with her. He's the only man in the house that's really set her down consistently having conversations. But one thing about Nick, like he gonna call you out too. He is. He's gonna call you out. And so she thought that Nick was gonna be on her side. So I know, like, this really threw her off. Like, wait a minute, we just had that conversation yesterday or the other day, and here you are calling me out in front of everybody. She was shocked by that.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
And I would have to agree. Nick definitely is fake. Like, hold on, wait. That's why I'm like, throw the whole cast away, except for Amaya. Cause Nick definitely fake as hell. Throw the whole cast away. Hold on, where is it at? Where is it at? Is it this one? No, not that one. Here it is. He fake as hell. Hold on. Cause what the hell is that? Like, what is this? So I'm gonna have to agree with y'all on that one. Cause the way he be faking it with Sierra, I'm gonna be real with you. my Nicolandrian dreams, they like, you know what? I'm cool on you, Nick, because the way you be playing cool with Sierra, that shit kind of scary to me. I ain't gonna lie. I literally said it. I said it the other day in my last video. I was like, this is low key scary how a man picks you. You think he's your first choice, or you think that you're his dream girl, and the whole time you his second choice, but he trying to play it off cool in your face like that. Oh, hell no. I'm like, what else are you capable of? Cause you capable of some other shit too. Like you capable of cheating the way you acting. Coming home and wrapping your arms around my waist like you wasn't just blowing out another lady's back. You know what? Like that's the vibe it gives. And I'm just like, I don't know. So no, I'm gonna have to agree with y'all on that one. I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. Now I get that, and I know a lot of y'all are like, "You delusional about Nicolandria." I'm like, listen, I ain't that goddamn delusional. I ain't. Hell no, because I'm like, you playing this is just a little too good for me.
Not really a surprise, and like I did vote you to leave twice. Yeah, I just feel like with that great relationship between Hannah and Charlie, it was just sad to see something like that disappear when I felt like you had gotten a lot more opportunities.
And that's the thing. It's like Huda has had so many opportunities to prove herself, to redeem herself. Even Nick feels that way. So, and this was the opportunity for anyone in the house, including Amaya, because people were quick to come for Amaya and help Amaya out when people was calling her out on her behavior. People were quick to come to her defense. Who in the house came to her defense when it comes to this whole situation? Nobody. Because they have to live with her. We only get the edited version, and we only have to deal with her for like what, an hour out of our day, and the rest of the cast members, they got to deal with her like 24 hours around the clock for weeks. You know what I mean? But even Amaya didn't even say nothing and get up and do nothing. So the whole house must feel this way. That's what I'm saying. The whole house must feel that way. So what the hell is she doing?
When someone already had something great, and I feel like that was just torn apart.
I feel like I've grown a lot in here. Yes, I've continued to make mistakes, but I feel like that's life. And
I'm going to get into why I don't believe Huda has grown. A lot of the girls are missing it, but I have to point it out to you because some of your friends is in competition with you, but it's so subtle that you can't catch it. But we going to catch it today. We going to catch it today.
then Casa More happened. And I think that I truly did that to the fullest. So that is my answer.
I respect what she did.
I do feel like she tried in Casa Amor. I do. I'll give her that. She did try. She did try. But I still think that she gives me this type of vibe. Like she's used to being the only sought after girl. And so when she went to Casa Amor, she's not used to like all eyes on me, all attention on me. Like she actually had to put in some work. And I think that's why her experience just wasn't what she thought it was gonna be. And I think that played on her self-esteem. Because her self-esteem is very thin, because it's all about surface level acceptance, male validation, surface level competition, surface level compliments. Like her confidence literally hangs on by a thread, and it causes her this emotional like whirlwind roller coaster vibe because it's literally dependent on outside validation. And so like one day she'll be up and happy and the next day she's not doing well. And that's what I noticed. Like with JD, after he had that conversation with her, her self-esteem went this. And then when Chris gave her a little bit of attention, her self-esteem went back up. So I don't know. It's hard to watch because I'm like, girl, you are a beautiful girl on the outside. It's like you shouldn't be reliant on outside validation. Like you really shouldn't. To where your emotions are up and down, up and down, up and down. Like there's no stability with you because you're seeking outside validation when you should be self-validating yourself. Like Amaya. Amaya does a really good job of that. Take notes. Amaya does a really, really good job of that. She validates herself. She don't need the villa to validate her. She don't. And I love that about her, which is why I hope Amaya wins. I hope Amaya wins this. I voted for her over Shelly. I did. I want Amaya to win. So
She exposed everybody.
She talked to everybody.
Yeah.
To Huda from Anonymous. Do you think you've been following girl code when it comes to Chris and Shelly's relationship? Are you a girl's girl? Well, this is Love Island, and we are exploring multiple connections. Nobody owns anybody, especially if you are open. That's it.
sorry, y'all. I laughed in the back when I was recording that because I was like, girl, the audacity of you to say that. Now, you know damn well that is a huge contradiction to how you came into this house. Do people not understand that the way that Huda acted in the beginning, it like ruined the experience of other castmates and the cast members? Like, why are people overlooking that? Seriously. Because Andreina, hell, her strongest connection probably was Jeremiah, possibly. But we'll never know. I mean, like, she really ruined other people's experience in the house. And it's like no one else is considering that at all when it comes to how they feel, how Shelly feels, how Olandria feels, how the whole house feels. Like, she literally ruined other people's experience. And it's like everyone wants to overlook that. Why? I don't get it.
To Huda from Shelly. If you're going to preach about being a girl's girl, you should practice what you preach.
Ooh wee. This is crazy. You know what? I really want to take it there, but I'm trying to calm down. But I really, really want to take it there. This whole Shelly and Huda situation is why Black women are not outside protesting. On election day, we saw how women were not in allyship with us. Oh, yeah, it's deep like that. That's why I'm like, listen, Shelly can get voted off the show. Black women will lose the battle. We'll take that L because we learned a lot. And I hope Olandria and Shelly, y'all learned that when y'all had that chance to vote that girl off that show, y'all should have did that shit. But when it comes to what's happening outside, we winning that. Because on election day, y'all showed us that you will literally vote against your own interests as a woman. As a woman. In this system that we all live in, right? To be in alignment and be on the page of men. Not us. Not us at all. And so I'm seeing a parallel like with what's happening in the villa versus what's happening outside. And then the way people are attacking Shelly is why we not outside protesting. Because y'all don't hear us. Y'all don't try to understand us. And then, ooh, Black women, we don't cry enough. I mean, did y'all not get that? We don't cry enough. We don't. We don't. And is it shocking that people are hopping on social media crying, trying to weaponize their tears for empathy and sympathy to get us out there to protest? Do you see how they use their tears? So y'all can vote Shelly off the show. That's cool. But girl, y'all not gonna get us outside. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Good luck with that shit. Cause this honestly, this is exposing a lot for Black women. Like, damn, when I watched the show, I was like, damn, I don't cry enough as a Black woman. And I'm being told through this whole experience that Black women, you gotta cry before them. You can't cry after them. You have to cry before them. Because if you cry after them, they don't give a fuck about your tears. You have to cry before them. Just so you know, I'm just sending you that message so that you know that that's what that is. You got to cry before they do. I didn't know that. So now that I know that, I will know that if I'm feeling some type of way, because do you not see how people are able to look past Huda's toxic behavior because she cries? They just bypass like her trauma. Black women, you don't cry enough. That's what that is. That's all I'm hearing. Like when I hear people defend Huda When I hear people say her trauma, her trauma, her trauma, okay, black women, you don't cry enough. Because what about Shelly's trauma? How do we not know that the reason why she's upset is because of her own trauma? But because Shelly didn't cry about it, she was more irritable and irritated, right? Everyone is just like, no, fuck Shelly. Like, Shelly's a mean girl. Da, 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 da. Maybe Shelly should have cried. Maybe Olandria should have cried. Because now they're trying to paint her out to be a mean girl too, because she's the way she responded in episode 25. So if you didn't learn nothing from this episode, baby, you need to cry. And you need to cry before they do. Okay? You need to cry. And then another thing I witnessed, episode 25. Do you not see how the girls cry and they're being called out, right? They're being called out on something, or they're being called out on what they said or what they did, and then they like just burst out into tears, and everyone just forgets what the fuck that they were being like they were calling them out about, to console them and to support them. Oh, don't cry, don't. I didn't mean to. And then they like ice skate and they swindle out of accountability. I'm like, damn, I never had that experience. I always got my ass beat. Like, my parents would be like, we don't care about them tears. Suck them tears up. That's how I was raised. So crying, I never got out of nothing with crying. Because my parents didn't give a damn about that shit. But I'm noticing, like, that's part of our trauma. That's why we don't cry. Because we know ain't nobody coming to save us. We know ain't nobody coming to console us. We know nobody gives a fuck about our black tears, girl. We know. Okay? So suck that shit up and bend your ass over so I can beat your ass. That's why anybody else's childhood was. That was how my childhood was. They didn't give a damn. But I see where that comes from, though. It's our trauma as black people. You mad at your parents, but that's how the world treats them. You get what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's how the world treats them. Girl, this season, it's definitely giving Lust Island. It's not giving Love Island, but it's really showing me a lot about culture, psychology, the dating culture. Like, it's really showing me a lot, for real. Seriously, like, it's doing a lot for me. I thank y'all to everyone that recommended this show for me, because it has I'm taking so much away from it. Like, seriously. Outside of who the couples link with and all of that shit. Like, honestly, I don't even care. Amaya, girl, you are cool with me. So I'm just taking so much. Like, I feel so rich watching this show from the lens and the way that I'm choosing to watch it. So that's another thing that I learned. I'm like, damn, black women, you need to cry, and you need to cry before they do. And I need you to understand that. To my younger girls, stop holding them tears back. Let them flow. At work, wherever. Cry. Seriously. And I know it's hard, because a lot of times we swallow back our tears. A lot of times we hide, like we turn away, because we don't even feel comfortable crying in front of other people, because we really feel like people don't care. And oftentimes that came from our childhood. We really feel like people don't give a shit. But I'm learning. After I seen all these, like, Huda cry, Amaya cry. The only time I saw Shelly cry was when Olandria left. But we all knew what that was about. We all knew what that was about. You know what I mean? So that's the only time we really saw Shelly cry. So I'm like, we need to cry more. We need to all agree. We're going to start crying more. So please promise me after this live, you're going to start crying more. But cry before they do. Okay? Don't just cry. Cry before they do. Okay? All right? And shout out to the black girls where you always been super sensitive, but you've been shunned away or shamed for your sensitivity. I see you. So we need to cry more.
To want loyalty and respect from your friends but not give it is crazy. You say how you're
And that's all Shelly is wanting is loyalty. She expected loyalty from Huda. She understands it's a challenge. She understands that. She was just expecting loyalty. And that's what Black women was expecting with this election. We were expecting loyalty on election day, and we did not get that. We were expecting allyship, but we did not get that. So here is a face. Shelly's face is a Black woman that is disappointed, let down. So she's not crying. See, you think that she's being mean. You think that this is a facial expression of a Black woman just being mean. This is the facial expression of a Black woman that has been let down and disappointed by someone that she wanted to be in allyship with, that she wanted to be in friendship with. And she's coming to the realization that what she thought was loyalty based off of her own principles, that's not what that was. So this is the face of a Black woman that's disappointed. This is not the face of a Black woman that's trying to give attitude. She may be irritated, yeah, but this is not attitude. This is the face of disappointment. And I need the internet to understand that. This is exactly why I wasn't really with Black women trying to push the whole mean girl stereotype on Clark. She gave me super awkward. And I could see how her and Taylor connected. Cause I'm like, y'all both awkward. To be honest, I could see, and they seem both intellectually on the same level. So I'm just saying, but just so we clear, this is the face of a Black woman that has been let down, and she's tired, and her energy is drained, and she has nothing left to give. This is not the face of a Black woman that has an attitude.
Intentions are in the best interest of your friends, but they're actually selfish, and I wish you'd stand on that. Is this about the Chris situation?
This is about a lot of things. Everything that we talked about already.
She said this is about a lot of things. People keep talking about the Shelly situation. They keep saying the challenge, the challenge, the challenge. This is about a lot of things. Also, a lot of women are overlooking this because a lot of people are like, well, why does Shelly have so much smoke for Huda over Ace? She had more faith in Huda. That's why. Ladies, let me know if I'm wrong. Do you not put more faith in a woman that you see in friendship and allyship more than you do a man? Because we all know men are going to be loyal to themselves. So she had her on a higher pedestal than Ace. That's what that is. That is what that is. It's not because, oh, what Huda did and it was sexual and it's like, no. She put more in, she had more faith in Huda than she did Ace. Which is why she hasn't closed off things with Ace. She was let down. Okay. Listen, somebody was like, but why though? Girl, I don't know. Because I've got burned in friendship where I put way more on my female friendships than the male friendships and relationships that I have. I just don't know. I think it's like when you go and you like you're vulnerable in ways with women than you are with men. And so it's like you kind of do expect more from them because of the vulnerability that you share with them that you don't really share with a man. And I think that that's what that is. I'm not saying I agree. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that that is what that is. And that is why she's putting more focus on Huda when it comes to the Ace situations, because honestly, she doesn't expect much from him, but she expected a little bit more from Huda because she's a woman. I'm a woman. I see you and I thought you saw me too, but it's seeming like that's not what that was. So
It's about all of that stuff. The girl code stuff, you did not stand on that when it came to me. What was
are y'all like listening to what Shelly is saying? The girlhood stuff.
about all of that stuff? The girl code stuff, you did not stand on that when it came to me. What was the
And again, Shelly is making it about her. She keeps making it about her. She keeps saying me, and the internet keeps making it about Ace and the challenge. Y'all are not hearing Black women. Y'all are not hearing us when we talk. And that's another thing that this whole thing exposed to me. I'm like, damn, we could literally be telling people how we feel and what it really is, and they still don't hear us. And Shelly has been saying it clear as day, like, sis, this is what it is, sis. This is what it is. You let me down. You let me down. That's how I feel. And it's like people just don't hear. I'm like, and listen, this is what's so crazy about it, right? I was on Huda's side. Cause I saw Huda's point of view. I was like, Shelly, this is a challenge. I did question like why we didn't get to see what all went on, which made me side eye Huda, like, girl, what did you do? You know what I mean? And then knowing how Huda is, you know what I mean? But I was still kind of leaning more towards it's just a challenge, just a challenge. But then when I heard Shelly out, I was like, oh, it's the principle. And maybe some of y'all are not principle people. Maybe some of you are not principle women, but I'm big on principle. So I was like, oh, Shelly, I get where you're coming from. So yeah, it's not about Ace and it's not about the challenge. It's not even about the unedited version that we didn't see. It's not about how she put her cat on Ace. It's the principle. So
And thing that I said to you, it's want loyalty and respect from your friends, but not give it. That goes back to the Jeremiah and you shit. You wanted loyalty.
she said loyalty and respect. That's principle. She ain't said nothing about Ace. She ain't said nothing about that challenge. Principle, loyalty.
Respect. You were so gracious for that we gave that to you, but you didn't extend that when you had the chance to do that. And then the last thing with the whole Chris thing, I know with the thing of like, oh, it's a win.
And then listen, and let me explain this too with the whole Chris thing. How could Huda have navigated this but still stand in principle? Hey, Shelly, I want to explore my options with Chris. At first, my original thought process was that in Casa Amor, you know, I'm like, oh, I'll choose Chris, bring him back to the house for Shelly because I'm a girl's girl, right? Okay, y'all have been coupled up. Y'all been getting to know each other. This is Love Island. I'm starting to form a connection with him that I wasn't expected to form. So I just wanted to let you know. That's it. That's all she had to do. And she would have still been in principle. You want to know why? Because she's standing on her choices and decisions as a woman. She's able to vocalize why she's choosing this and why her behavior is now changed. Instead, she just switched up. Do you get what I'm saying? And what a lot of women need to understand is Huda would be more respected, not to be perfect, if she would just say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Instead, she's crying and she's running away from things that she's choosing to do. And that's what's not respectable to me. Even if she decided to do some shit that I don't even agree with. But if she stood in front of me and was like, this is what I'm deciding to do, I can only respect that shit. I can't be like, why are you choosing to do that? This is not about control. This is not what this is about. This is about respect. And what is there to respect if you can't even stand 10 toes down in what you're choosing to do? That's what I'm just like, that's what's not respectable to me. She could have came to Shelly and said, hey, Shelly, now listen, I know we had that conversation earlier, and yeah, I did. I brought him over here to be a girl's girl, but girl, we done had some conversations, and you know, my feelings have changed. She just switched up. That's it. And that to me is just not respectable.
Situation, it didn't sit right with me from the moment it came out of your mouth because I was interested in Chris. What? The whole bringing Chris back was not only for you, but you kept saying, but I'm doing it for you because I know what you really want. No, you don't know what I really.
And that's the thing. If Huda would have said, hey, I'm bringing him back for myself because I have formed this connection, it would have been a totally different experience. I don't think Shelly would have been upset. First of all, let me tell you this about Shelly. Shelly is the only one in the house that's playing the game correctly. She's the only woman in the house that hasn't locked it down and just closed herself off. She's always been open. She's talked to more men in the house in the villa than anybody. She's literally has weighed out her options. She has kept her options open. Everyone wants to be mad at Shelly because of the Huda situation. But honestly, like a lot of y'all need to be more like Shelly. You could tell Shelly has a roster outside of the villa. Shelly has always kept a roster, which is why songs have been made about her. So everyone is upset at Shelly, and Shelly is really teaching you how the game should be played when it comes to dating. Y'all the one out here catching feelings over a guy that y'all just knew for a few days. Because we gonna get into it with the whole Ace situation. in episode 25, I'm not gonna lie, I was on Ace's side. I was like, I actually see where Ace is coming from until Shelly explained her reason. And then I was like, oh, okay, Shelly, I'm actually leaning more towards you now. So Shelly is teaching the girls how the game should be played. Period. 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 No. And see, this is the manipulation that I'm talking about. She did not directly say, "Hey, I'm pursuing this connection with Chris." She tried to make it seem like she was doing Shelly a favor. If you feel like you're not doing anything wrong, what is there to hide? Like the way Huda be moving, she act like somebody gonna whoop her ass, like she a little kid or something like that. Like somebody about to take out their belt and whoop her ass. Like, girl, you are a grown ass woman. If you wanted to pursue Chris, just say that shit. Do y'all not understand that that's the issue that Black women have? It's like, if you're gonna make a choice and decision to do something, just stand in it. Just say that that's what the fuck you want to do instead of running from what you're wanting to do. Like, that's what it is for us. Like, do you not understand that we are big on respect and principle? It's not about you doing what we want you to do. It's about you being real about it and just saying, hey, I want to pursue Chris. Stop saying, I'm doing this for you, Shelly. I'm doing this for you. Just say, hey, girl, I want to pursue Chris. Period. End of discussion. Period. Nothing else to talk about after that. Instead, it's like, oh, I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for you. Girl, no, you're not. You're doing this for yourself. And that is okay. That is okay. But stop trying to make it seem like you doing me a favor. That's what's weird. And I think the reason why Huda was trying to paint the picture in that way was because she felt guilty about how she came into the house within just 2 to 3 days and how she expected for the other women in the house to act around Jeremiah because she felt like she didn't really have a leg to stand on. It's like, well, how can you tell me that? And then you wanted us to respect this whole boundary that you had with Jeremiah. There's no consistency with her. And I think that's the frustration as well.
You know what you want, but you want to make it feel like it's for me, and it's not for me. If it's for you, you could stand on that. I would have much more respected that if you would have came to me and been like, Shelly,
Been honest about it.
Like,
and that's all Shelly is saying. I would have respected you more if you would have just came to me and say, I'm doing this for myself. I'm gonna go watch the clip. I'm doing this for myself.
To take him for me and to explore that connection.
Because I want, and I've expressed to you how many times, please continue to pursue Shelly. Please continue to pursue Shelly. I have not lied about that. I literally keep encouraging him to pursue you. Do you understand what I'm saying? The whole thing was not for just me.
And this, honestly, the way Huda is explaining herself in this clip was how she needed to explain herself before. Like, this was the conversation that she actually should have had with Shelly before, in the way that she's having it now. But because she's being called out, she's being more honest, in my opinion, versus before, it's like she was kind of skating around it. She wasn't being straightforward and she wasn't being direct. And can we also say, even when it comes to Taylor being direct within his communication with Olandria, do you see why straightforwardness in direct communication is so important? Because you leave too much room for misunderstandings. You leave too much room for people to assume a certain type of way. If you would just be straightforward and direct, there wouldn't be all of this confusion. Because even with Taylor, it's like, okay, you, since you're being called out, now you want to give straightforwardness, and that's all Olandria needed in the beginning, was straightforwardness. But we getting it now. So I in my opinion, I got to be honest with you. I feel like a lot of the castmates have poor communication skills, because a lot of this stuff could easily be fixed if people would just be straightforward. So y'all leave too much room for miscommunication. Like, you got to cover all bases. You can't just be one track minded and then expect for people to truly understand where you're coming from. Like, you got to be so just, sometimes you just got to be blunt. I don't know what else to say. You got to be blunt as hell.
yes, it was also for you. You can shake your head, but that's fine. But this is how I felt, and only I know how I feel. If you
And listen, Huda has every right to feel how she feels. I'm not here to take that away from her, but Shelly does too. Olandria does too. Sierra does too. Because they all had an experience when it comes to this whole Love Island reality show. So it's like everyone wants to just bypass Olandria's feelings, Shelly's feelings, and Sierra's feelings because you just want to take Hood's side. But to be honest, me looking from the outside looking in, they all have a right to how they all have a right to how they feel. Okay? You have a right to disagree or to agree, but they all have a right to how they feel. I just don't like how on social media people want to be dismissive of Shelly and Olandria, and it's just like that everyone has a right to how they feel at the end of the day, and you have a right to agree or to disagree.
Wanted her to continue to explore this connection and you value the sisterhood. I get that you don't kiss and tell, but do you mind telling the class?
What do you mean? Tell the class what?
That they kissed in the speakeasy.
Now, Olandria, girl, because we can say the same about you when it comes to Nick and Sierra. Okay, cause girl, girl, and I feel like that shit gonna come back to bite her in the ass. I gotta be real with you. I feel like that shit gonna come back to bite her in the ass. I do. Tell the class, girl. Do you want to tell the class what was going on in Soul Times? You know what I mean? That girl, you gotta know when. Be quiet. Cause, ooh, girl, that I have a feeling that's gonna come back to bite her. I just know it is. This movie night.
If you truly wanted her to explore this connection.
To be honest, I don't care about. I don't care about because I spoke.
I don't know why Olandria got into that. I don't agree with that. I'm like, ooh, girl, you should have just, cause sis, hold on. I feel like it's gonna bite her for real. Like that's just me being honest. Like, girl, you should have set that one out. Where is it? This one? Girl, 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 girl. Yeah, I would have set that one out. I would have set that one. I would have. I just would have been a bystander of the situation. I wouldn't have said nothing at all because, girl, that ain't a good look, honey. I would have ate my food. I would have minded my business. Cause that ain't okay. Another thing that y'all let me know. Sierra's fake to me. Hear me out. I don't know. It's like episode 25 and episode 26. Sierra is fake to me. And she does a lot of like, I don't know, like she don't like Huda. I'm gonna tell you that now. But she tries to make it seem like she's for her, and she's really not. And she also tries to make it seem like she's for Olandria, but she's really not. And I don't. What's she getting dragged for? Cause I'm not gonna lie, I really did like Sierra in the beginning, but I'm seeing some flags. We're gonna have to throw some flags out there. There's some things about her that it's the faces that she be making and stuff like that. I just be like, yeah, it's she been acting brand new ever since she locked it in with Nick. That's what it is. She been acting brand new, like different. Like, I don't know, just yeah, no, y'all. Her behavior has really changed. It really has. Like, it really has. It kind of reminds me of like when you around that friend that gets into a relationship and like she's now walking around with a chip on her shoulder and she just feels like she's just better than everybody because she has a man and she's got into the relationship. I think that's what it is. Like, I'm just seeing a side of her where I'm like, okay, girl. All right. Y'all see why I said I voted for Amaya? It don't got nothing to do with Nicolandrian, because I'm off of that Looney Tune train. I don't like how fake Nick is. But then I'm like, I can see how Nick and Sierra are in a relationship. They both fake as hell. Because I'm just like, no wonder they in a relationship. They both fake. So I done changed my mind about Nicolandrian. I really have. Hold on. What did Nikki dumps his fire if I ever see one? Oh yeah, it is. It is. And I'm gonna be here for it.
I don't think it's right to air that shit out because I personally haven't done that because that's nobody's business. But
I actually agree with Chris. I do. I agree with people who feel like she shouldn't have done that. So she shouldn't have.
me and her. So okay. That's mad disrespectful.
But you keep saying it's for her, but you're moving. Shelly and Ace kiss the people all the time, but they're still pursuing connections.
I've only seen Ace and Shelly kiss in the challenges. I haven't seen them kiss outside of the challenges. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did Shelly kiss Chris outside of the challenges? Did Ace kiss Coco outside of the challenges? Let me know. I know somebody said everyone is fake.
I can kiss people that I like. Like, what the fuck?
Cause listen. I'm about to get into Chris too. Cause Chris is fake to me too. Let's get into him real quick. Huda talks to Chris about Shelly, right? And remember, we just gonna get into it. When he was being confronted in front of the villa and he gets defensive, like, I could be overseas playing ball right now. Chris, do not play with me. Do not. If you was overseas playing ball because you got it like that, you would be overseas playing ball. Like, stop playing with me. The hell? You talking about you would choose your career? You would choose love on an island over your career? Be so freaking for real. You were young and in your prime. You would need to be on Love Island. You would be overseas getting all the foreign women. Like, what are we talking about? What? I just can't believe people fell for that shit. I've actually dated a man that played overseas, and y'all, it is not what y'all think. I was like, please stop. Like, stop. I was like, please stop. Like, listen. And then, and the only reason I'm saying, because y'all, I was young, right? And I was so infatuated, like, oh, he plays ball overseas. It's a dusty dynamic. And let me explain. It's a dusty dynamic. They don't got nowhere to stay. That's the truth, because they overseas, and when they end season overseas, then they come back and they really don't have like nowhere to live. I'm being so for real. I'm not trying to be shady. I'm just being honest about the overseas men. I'm just saying it is not what y'all think, y'all. It could be a dusty ass experience. Okay, so Chris, I'm not impressed by you playing ball overseas. I'm just not. Okay, I would be impressed if you would be. Hold on, let me make sure I'm getting everybody on the super chats on the screen. Listen, I'm gonna take some calls. Hang in there, okay? I'm gonna take some calls. But yeah, Shelly definitely clocked Chris. Like, she just like, you are not here for me. Hold on.
Oh, also, Alandria, when I tell you something, it's between you and me, and that's it. I get that, Huda, but
I agree. Olandria, you shouldn't have said nothing. That's the ladies. Let this be a lesson, because Andreina did the shit too. Like, when Andreina and Huda was having that sit down, she ran back and told the other group of girls. And I'm like, you want to know why I ain't never been in no bullshit? I keep my mouth shut. If I hear somebody say something about somebody else, I don't repeat the shit. I don't. You know what I do? I sit back and observe, and I keep my mouth shut. That's how that is exactly how I stay out of drama. I don't repeat what I hear. If I hear somebody say something about somebody else, I'm not gonna run and tell. But I know who's who. You get what I'm saying? Like, I know who's who. I know who's who. And if you come to me about somebody else, I definitely ain't telling you shit about my business. Cause you showing me you loose at the mouth. You coming and reporting to me about somebody else's business. Why would I tell you anything? This is some good TV, isn't it? It's some good TV. But that's why Amaya, listen, girl, I voted for you, girl. I hope you win, sis. She the only genuine person in the house. I told y'all that. Okay, let's continue. But I'm just like, ladies, if somebody comes and tells you something about another person and you not trying to be in no mess and you not trying to be in no drama, just don't say nothing. Just keep your mouth shut.
You're gonna keep pushing this sisterhood thing and saying you did it for Shelly. You wouldn't move like that. She was going to find.
And I see why Olandria did say something. I just don't agree with it. But I see why she did. She is seeing Huda as this person that's not really sisterhood coded. So she felt like, okay, well, since you're not sisterhood coded, I'm going to go and tell Shelly. Or I'm going to go ahead and tell the other girls because you're not part of the sisterhood anymore. Like, I think that's why she did it. I still don't agree because I don't agree with drama and I don't agree with mess. And Olandria, like, girl, that's messy. That's messy.
And when I want to tell it, I can talk about it. It's not for you to tell somebody.
I agree with Huda on that one. I do.
That's not your place.
Oof.
Fuck this fucking game.
Okay. But you see how Huda can call out Olandria, but then when Huda gets called out, she can't handle it. That's what it is for me. It's like, girl, it's like, okay, you dish it, but can you take it? Come on.
That's crazy.
Amaya is just like, that's crazy. Oh, I love Amaya, y'all. Amaya is that girl. Okay. Who else did I? Okay. Sierra being fake.
Sierra is not in community with Shelly. She's using the situation with Shelly and Huda to voice how she really feels about Olandria. Because she wouldn't say it to Olandria's face directly because she could not admit that she sees Olandria as a threat because Olandria is a black woman. Which is why she has a white woman on her page right now running her social media who is wearing a bonnet. Who the fuck?
Not on my watch.
I'm telling you, y'all, something ain't right with that situation. Something is not right. Something is not right with that situation. Let me see. I don't know. Sierra's behavior lately has just been rubbing me the wrong way. Outside of the Caucasian woman that's on her TikTok wearing a bonnet, I don't really care about that. It's just more so just I don't know. It's like ever since she linked up with Nick, it's like we get to see the real her now. I don't know. Let me see. Okay, we already did the Villa calls out Huda. The Villa confronts Shelly. I really think that is it when it comes to Huda for me. I just want people to understand where black women are coming from. Like it's just we just want what we give to be returned to us. Cause we go hard for people, and that's what it really is. We expect for y'all to go hard for us, but it's just like every time the situation is flipped, we always get some weak shit, and that's what be frustrating us. Now we feel the need to protect ourselves and guard ourselves and not give it all because it's just never reciprocated at all.
I don't think it's right to air that shit out because I personally haven't done that because that's nobody.
I agree.
But me and her. So, all right. That's mad disrespectful.
But you keep saying it's for
Olandria, girl, I'm so disappointed in Olandria.
her, but you're moving.
Shelly and Ace kiss the people all the time, but they still pursuing connections. Not your place.
Hold on, I guess I already played that one. My bad, y'all. Hold on. Okay, so let me just go ahead and move on. Did y'all catch the before I move on from Huda, right? Because y'all think I just got smoked for Huda. No, we're just getting started. Did y'all catch the part where Huda said, what did she say? She said, am I Oh, let's get into the competition that she has with Shelly. A lot of people are overlooking this. Okay, because a lot of people are not catching it. And I'm just like, first of all, let me show you.
That's not how I move, though. Yeah, no. How are you?
Okay. Huda is in competition with Shelly. A lot of people feel like Shelly is jealous of Huda, but what I'm getting is Huda is in competition with Shelly. Okay. And the reason I'm pointing this out is because of how she tends to word things. And the reason why I want to point this out to you is some of you have friends that do this, but it's so subtle that you're not picking up that she's in competition with you.
Like, we were great. Everything's great. And then this morning, he gave her 2 pancakes and gave me 1. Gave her a flower and gave me none. So I'm like,
Every time there is a situation and it's Huda is always comparing herself to Shelly a lot, obsessively. Like she's always constantly comparing herself. And let's be real, right? I don't think Huda is used to black women being highly sought after. I don't think she's used to being in a space where the black girl is the girl that's being sought after the most. I don't. I don't. Everyone keeps Shelly in their mouths. Like Shelly. And whenever someone mentions Huda, it's Hurricane Huda, right? So there's admiration, there's love, there's support, there's influence. And when it's Huda is being mentioned, it's like, ugh. You know what I'm like? Avoid, run in the opposite direction. Right. And so I think she like really starting to compare herself. Also, another thing, Shelly has had the most connections in the house as well. I think Huda is used to being in spaces with black women where she's the most sought after. And I think this experience that she's having in the house, now that she doesn't have Jeremiah, she has nothing else to really focus on but Shelly, and continuously and consistently comparing herself to Shelly. Because she wasn't always doing that. Like when she was linked up with Jeremiah, she thought she had won. She had the most attractive guy in the house. She was coupled up with him and like all of this stuff. And so she really thought she like had won. And then when he got voted off, now she has had nothing but time to compare herself to Shelly. So like a lot of people are like, the pancake, it's really stupid, right? Like it's really dumb. It's like, girl, a pancake? But then when she had this conversation about the pancake, right? She also was saying how she brought Chris into the house for Shelly. So it's like, okay, he gave you one less pancake than he gave Shelly. He brought her flowers. You should be like, that's kind of somewhat expected because, well, I brought him into the villa for Shelly. So I was like, a pancake? It was weird. Like it was very like high school childish. I was just like, wow, okay. All right.
oh no. I was like, you gave her 2 pancakes and gave me 1. Like,
Yeah.
brother,
Okay,
I
the
never
pancakes
want to be
are
that
fuck
bitch.
the pancakes.
It's the flower.
It's the flower for me.
No, the flower.
It's the flower.
Fuck the pancakes, it's the flower. I didn't want to be pissed off, but I was kind of like irritated.
Why? You brought the man in the house for Shelly. Why would you be irritated with something like that? But do y'all see like the mental gymnastics that you have to do with Huda? That's emotional manipulation. That's manipulation. Like, because if you don't pull back receipts from what she said previously and bring it to the forefront, you get lost in the sauce when it comes to her. You really do. But I'm like, Huda, why would you take that personally if you literally brought Chris into the house? Just say you brought the man back for yourself. I honestly, if she would just say that, I would respect her more. It's the fact that she just won't own up to like that's what she decided to do. But I think the reason why she doesn't want to own up to that is because it would contradict her behavior when it came to Jeremiah.
We sit right fucking next to each other. Why are you doing the most in front of my face like that? Like, that's weird. But you know what? Fuck it.
Then another thing. It's a red flag when your friend constantly compares herself to every little thing. Pancakes, that's crazy. Let me see. There was another situation because I thought that was just so like petty. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that shit was stupid. I was like, really? Then she said something else though. Like, am I pretty? Or she said something so ridiculous. I was just like, girl, are you okay? Like, what the hell? Okay, that was the pancake situation. But it was something. What did Huda say? She asked Chris, like, am I pretty? Or I'm trying to find it. Hold on, is it this one?
Favoritism?
I was like,
Oh yeah. This is when she started heavily comparing herself to Shelly because she felt like Shelly was receiving favoritism. But she's been feeling like this for quite some time. Like, she feels like Shelly has been receiving favoritism for quite some time now.
and then I was like, all right, cool.
Beside her?
That's how it felt.
And then what's weird is like, why would you feel this way towards your friend if you brought the man back to the villa for your friend? Why are you comparing yourself to the man that you brought back and how he's treating her versus how he's treating you?
I've been having a hard day anyway, so I kind of just added to it.
I know. I'm sorry.
I feel very left out today.
I'll get you.
And it's my fault.
Yeah.
Here she go with the waterworks.
Is there anything you need from me that I can help out with?
No.
You sure?
No.
You sure?
No.
Hold on. Black women, hold on. No. No. I'm sorry. No. I'm so sorry. No, there's nothing like I'm using that shit. Like, I am crying on no. I'm using that. I gotta use that. Shit. It's manipulation. Yo, this is her trying to get her way with Chris. Like, listen, you showing her too much attention, and I hate that shit. I hate seeing that shit, even though I allegedly brought her back to the villa, brought you back to the villa for her. It's crazy.
I know. I got you. Whether you
Oh my God, y'all, I'm using that. Chris, you a sucker to me. I'm sorry. You are a sucker. This was painful to watch. She manipulated him in the peak easy. He being manipulated again. It's hard to watch. I'm like, you are a sucker. Oh my gosh. She could, I mean, you could tell she used to work at a strip club. You could tell she used to work at a strip club. Anybody else? You could tell she used to work at a strip club. You could tell. Like, it's like, first of all, Huda acting like this. You don't think she could get some money? You don't think she'd be able to get some money out of Chris? I just don't know how I'm gonna pay my bills. Like, Cher be talking about this type of stuff. Sprinkle, sprinkle, lady. I'm just going through a hard time. I just need somebody to help me pay these bills. I'm using that. Listen. You know what the internet wants? The internet just wants Huda to just own up to who she is, similar to what Cher does, the sprinkle sprinkle lady. And I think she would be embraced. I really would. Like, teach us how you do that shit, sis, because this man got you. Like, you got this man. Like, the way, even in the peak easy, she wrapped that man around her finger. And I knew after that peak easy scene, I was like, oh, he gonna do whatever she wants. I'm like, damn, okay. I think I would have enjoyed it more if she just would have been real about how she wanted to pursue him. I think I would have enjoyed it more. It was just like, it's just, I can't get past the fakeness. I just can't get past it. But I like what she did though. Does that make sense? Because I'm like, damn, I'm using that.
Things with her already.
No, I get you.
Giving her space.
Just give her space. I'm sure she'll come around.
Yeah. Like if I was ugly, would it make it better?
Oh, that's what she. If I was ugly, would that have made it better? Now, why would Huda say that? She is comparing herself to Shelly. She is in competition with Shelly. I don't get how people just allow that shit to go over y'all's head. She is in competition with Shelly. That's what that is. Cause why would that even, like, what does that have to do with anything?
Like if I was ugly, would it make it better?
No.
I just like the Huda fans. What do y'all have to say about that? Cause that threw everybody off. Like, what? She constantly seeks male validation. It's just like, it's It's like, what? I don't get, wow. I was like, damn, what the hell?
It just looks sexy, you know what I mean? And you chose somebody that she was interested in. You're not the bad guy in the situation. Motherfuckers just got their feelings hurt over something that just looked really sexy, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Now, why would Chris be, because he's also manipulating her too. It was just really sexy. Of course, he's going to tell her that because he benefits from telling her that. You are aware. He wants her to act like that towards him. So he wouldn't tell her, oh, you wrong for that. Hell no. Because it's like, oh no, I want you to sit on this lap. Sit right here. Why would he be like, oh no, like what you did was wrong? Hell no. Hell no. He not going to be honest with her about that. That's one thing I know about men. If it benefits them to condone your bullshit, they're gonna condone the bullshit because they want something from you. And this is why you shouldn't rely on male validation, because men are always thinking of themselves when they give you this type of advice. Like they're thinking about how I want you to do that on me. So I'm not gonna tell you that you were wrong. I'm gonna tell you what you did was sexy. You get what I'm saying? Like buttering her ass up. Like put that thing on me. And the girls ate that shit up. I'm like, oh my gosh. Y'all need to get out here. Y'all need to get some more experience because this is crazy. So no, he and then this is another thing too. I just need people to understand how the game is being played in this house. The only genuine person in the house is truly Amaya. Everyone else is moving from an egotistical place. Amaya is moving from the heart space, which is why a lot of people like her. But everyone else is moving egotistically, so they're being manipulative to a degree. Okay? They're trying to get something out of it. They want something out of it. And so even when it comes to Chris, which was why the villa called him out, like, are you here for genuine reasons? Because it doesn't seem like it. And I thought that was interesting because according to us and how he's being edited, I mean, it's not really given that he's here for bad intentions. That's not how he really came into the house. But now that he's been in the house a little bit longer with the unedited experiences that the castmates have, a lot of people are questioning if he's genuine or not. But I can tell you right here with this scene with Huda, he wasn't being genuine. He didn't tell her the truth because telling her the truth, he wouldn't be able to benefit from what he wants from her. So.
But just apologize for making her feel that way, even though you didn't do shit wrong. Just apologize for making her feel that way. Things are clear as far as like the person that I want to get to know most.
I'm moving on. Let's see. Olandria. The reason why I'm not leaning more towards Olandria is because Olandria is also in her ego too. She's in her ego, like she's in this solo competition with her ego and self to win Taylor over, and she's willing to do whatever it takes to win him over. So she's moving from her ego as well. Okay. Let me see. Shelly is too. So let's get into Shelly and Ace.
That girl. Shelly. I don't understand why you want boundaries set during challenges for us both. Want to continue exploring things with other people. Ace.
Now, Ace asked that question, and I see both of their point of views. I really do. So the reason why Ace is upset is because he sent Coco home. That was the connection that he was exploring while she was over there exploring the connection in Casa Amor with Chris. But Chris, knowing that what was going on over there, it really triggered Ace. He tries to put on this brave face that he's not bothered by Chris, but he really is bothered. So he messed up, Ace messed up and assumed that because he just assumed that they had a stronger connection, that Shelly was just going to drop Chris, close off exploring and close off the connection just to be with him. And so when that did not happen, he was overly confident, like the Leo man that he is. He took a gamble, got rid of Coco, and just thought Shelly was going to come running to him. And because Shelly didn't do that, because Shelly is also in her ego, she's like, why should I close off the connection with Chris when you've been playing in my face? You've chose I don't know how many women over me. And so now that I have the opportunity to explore, you're wanting to close off the connection. But Ace didn't want to say he wanted to close off the connection because he was like, well, I just feel like if I say I want to close the connection now, it kind of just comes across like I only want to do it because of Chris. So he's waiting for her to close off the connection. But she doesn't want to do that. She wants to keep things open and she wants to continue to explore. Because originally, that's what Ace was able to do. So there were so many times where Ace kept choosing other women over Shelly. And so now that they're both playing games. So now that she's in the seat where she can be in this position that Ace was in previously, where he was giving her that game about, yeah, I just want to keep my options open. I want to keep exploring. And Shelly was like, okay. She was like, okay. And so now that Shelly is exploring like what he agreed to, you're mad. Like now you want to close things off, or you want me to stop exploring and you want me to close things off with you. Why? You didn't want to do that when I was ready to close things off with you earlier. Shelly been wanting to close things off with Ace. And he kept like, oh no, I want to keep exploring my options. Yeah. So Shelly was looking to replace Austin with Chris. Yep. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like this tit for tat game that Ace and Shelly have going on is what is wrong with the dating scene. It is what is wrong with the dating scene. It's like know when. And listen, Shelly is showing you how to explore options as a woman. She's showing you how to keep your options open, right? But then this is where she's failing with me. This is where she's losing it with me. Is okay, you did all of this exploring, and it's very clear you want to be with Ace. Very clear. Everybody in the house can see that you want to be with Ace. Why are you still involving all of these other people? It's like, girl, just close the connection down. Just close it. That's where you want to be. So I think the lesson when it comes to Shelly, I know the lesson when it comes to Shelly is know when to stop playing games. She about to mess herself up because now Chris is no longer interested. So now your only choice is Ace. And now that Chris is no longer interested, closing things off with Ace just looks weird now. So it's a mess. You got to know when to stop playing games. You got to know when to stop playing games.
why does there need to be boundaries about exploring? We talked about, if anything, you initiated the, I'm still open to exploring, so I've done just that.
It's not a problem that you're exploring, but it's the fact that you're trying to put a boundary on me while exploring. I don't.
Ace, you put that boundary there first. See, that's the issue that I have with Ace and Huda. Y'all created those boundaries first. She abide to those boundaries that you placed. So now that she's holding you to those boundaries that you placed, that she agreed to, but now that it doesn't benefit you to abide by those boundaries, y'all want to cross the boundaries. That's what I don't like. That's what I don't like. That's what I don't like. When it doesn't serve you, when it doesn't benefit you, now you want to change. So I see why Shelly is standing her ground. Like, why should I change anything? You literally created the boundary. I agreed to the boundary. And now that you don't have an option to explore because you let Coco go home, you want me to go back on the boundary that you made me agree to originally. Same thing with Huda. You made me agree to the boundary with Jeremiah. So we had a mutual boundary. I don't get it.
Get that.
This whole thing about the boundaries, it was just to make you feel comfortable and make me feel comfortable. But did we not say we're open? Did you not tell me that you want to be open? So it's like now when I'm doing that, it's a problem.
Am I not missing? Can someone explain that to me to where if I'm.
The reason why the leprechaun is not understanding where she coming from is because he can't get his way. That's it. He loved how everything was set up originally because it 100% benefited him. But now that he's getting the shortest end of the stick, because originally Shelly was getting the shortest end of the stick, and now that he's getting the shortest end of the stick and he's not benefiting as much, he wants to change things up. And Shelly is like, no, I'm not going for that. So
I'm not.
I would like to know, am I tripping? I don't understand. I'm confused.
The way that I see it is during that challenge, you guys didn't set boundaries. When she comes to you and says,
I don't like Ace. Not to get into zodiac signs, but he's a Leo. Girl, he's a Leo. They love attention. I always get into power struggles with them because I just be like, listen, you're not about to run me. You're not about to run me. And listen, isn't Shelly a Virgo? Isn't Shelly a Virgo? Because I know Virgos don't like to be ran and told what to do either. We just don't go for stuff like that. Okay? We don't. Virgos, Aries, we have that in common. You're not about to run me. The hell?
in our connection, focusing on this right now,
Somebody said, here come the Leo. Listen, y'all be liking a lot of attention. I'll just be like, damn, chill. But one thing I do like about fire signs, because it's not all bad. The reason I know every fire sign out here, we love this episode.
Finally, I've been ready for this day one, where people actually say how they feel. They ain't hide behind no telephone game, and
We love this shit. This our type of stuff. You know what I mean? This is we live for this. You got to tell people how you really feel. Ain't no more hiding behind. We love that. Every fire sign that I know, Sagittarius, Aries, Leos, we all had it in common. You got to tell me how you really feel. We love this episode. This is probably our favorite episode. Movie night gonna be another favorite of ours because we love to tell people how we really feel. Why are we like that? Hold on. Let me go back. Okay, we love to tell people how we feel. So.
that girl.
Not too much on the fire signs because that's what I love about us.
Let's move forward. In every challenge in here, there's going to be makeout sessions, there's going to be things, but in that one specifically, you really got to decide who and what you wanted to do things on.
I completely get.
And really, all Ace had to do was show some type of loyalty with the whole Huda situation. Like, he could have set the boundary with Huda because his loyalty, if his heart was truly with Shelly, then he would have set that boundary with her. And I do wish Shelly would have a little bit more smoke for Ace. I do. But I kind of feel like the reason why she doesn't have smoke for Ace is because she don't really like him like that. Am I the only one that feel like she don't really care? It's hard to read Shelly when it comes to like who she's really into. It seems like she really don't care. I've seen more out of Shelly when she kissed Sierra. Did she kiss Sierra? Didn't Shelly and didn't Shelly and Sierra kiss? I could have sworn. I feel like Shelly likes women more. I don't think I don't feel like she want Ace like that. I don't feel like she want Chris like that. I feel like I think she wants Sierra. She did, didn't she? That's why I was like, I ain't tripping. I don't think Shelly is into men like that. Am I the only one that see that? If she had her pick, she would probably pick Sierra. That's why this season is just so messy.
When it comes to boundaries being set, what do I look like dialing my shit back when she's exploring?
Because that's the boundary that you wanted her to abide by originally. So look at her face. She like, I know that face.
To Shelly and Chris.
Oh snaps. Oh snaps. Let's see what's next.
Why haven't you had a conversation since Casa seems like avoiding?
I wrote that one.
Oh, Brian got a little messy. You know, we don't get much from Brian, but Brian's like, yeah, I've been seeing how y'all ain't really been communicating.
Certain intentions and things were said that haven't been followed through.
I'm curious to know what intentions were said that weren't being followed through.
It's just been a thing of like avoiding, like there's no eye contact, there is no conversation, no nothing like that. So when I don't see anything so.
Oh, so Chris love bombed Shelly and then switched up. That's what I'm getting. So Shelly feels like, oh, Chris, you didn't come here for me. You came here for the wrong reasons. You came in strong and then like you fell back.
Brand is significant from what I already have going on. It almost feels like, okay, I don't want to waste my time and ruin what I have based off of just a whole bunch of words. That's just what it is.
So let me give y'all the rundown. Nick is in a relationship. This is what I think. It's so unpopular, but just listen, just hear me out. Nick wants Olandria. Olandria wants Taylor. Taylor wants Nick. And Shelly wants Sierra. I'm just saying, this is Lust Island. That's what this is. This is Lust Island, and I'm here for it all. My only favorite person really is Maya. Like, she's like the sweetest soul in the house. But these other people, I don't feel like they being 100% genuine. Like, it's boom, boom, boom. So again, Nick wants Olandria. Olandria wants Taylor. Taylor wants Nick, and Shelly wants Sierra. And Ace loves himself. Like that's it. That's why he got Ace tatted on his back, because he's so obsessed with himself. And Amaya is obsessed with herself. So yeah, that's what I'm getting, y'all. Y'all let me know. And then Pepe, his heart is with Hannah. So
It was.
I ain't got nothing else.
the producers be so messy, y'all. Like the way they be placing songs and the lyrics right where a scene is. I be like, y'all messy. Y'all messy.
To Shelly, do you remember saying it's just a challenge? You and Ace are still open.
Oh, Huda wrote that.
Whoever wrote it, I would love to know so I can understand what you're referring to.
Who did Huda write that?
I wrote it.
Yep. See, listen, Huda. Let me, like, to the people that just don't understand Black women. right? I wrote it. That's what we want from you. Do you get what I'm saying? Do people understand what I'm like? Do I sound crazy as hell? It's not that we don't want to accept how you feel, right? We don't accept how you be talking and treating people though. That's wrong. It's like we just want you to stop being like fake. Like that's what it is. That's really what it is for me. Like it's not that you did this or you said that. It's like, can you just say it to our face? Like that's really what it is. It's like we would have so much more respect for you than you always feeling the need to like be sneaky or something. That's what it is for me.
I just wanted to bring up
So let me show you what Black women are wanting. Okay, let me show you so we can get this cleared up.
I wrote it.
Black women, tell me I'm lying. Tell me, am I lying? Am I lying? Am I lying? That's it. That's it. If you're bold enough to write it, if you're bold enough to do it, if you're bold enough to say it, if you're bold enough to want it, just say that shit. Well, that's what it is for me. Cause that's one thing about Black women. Like we gonna tell you exactly how we feel. We don't care. And it's not always to like hurt you. It's just like that's just how we are. Like so we expect that in return. And when we don't get that in return, we're like, why? Why did you feel the need to hide that? Or why did you feel the need to lie? Or why? That's what we don't get. So that's the misunderstanding. And I don't know if it's like a cultural thing. I don't know what it is, but it's like, and this can also be in reverse as well, right? So my last live stream, there was a caller. I think it was Elena. Hey girl, hope you still watching. She was saying, no, it was another caller. I really liked Elena though. It was another caller. I forgot her name. Maybe Ashley? But she was pointing out that maybe the reason Olandria isn't picking up on the cues when it comes to Nick is because she's used to Black men being more direct and like straightforward with pursuing her. And so non-Black men are just more passive. And I'm starting to learn from like other cultures. There's a lot of more passive aggressiveness or like indirectness that y'all kind of carry, whereas Black people, like, we're very direct and we're not passive at all. And I can see that being like the huge disconnect between us when we try to communicate or when we try to form relationships and things like that. And so things are just taken out of context easily because we tend to communicate very direct and it's like more passive. So, and I'm throwing this out here because there really shouldn't be like none of this. There really shouldn't, but there is. And I feel like it's because, well, we're direct and like you're passive. It's like, how can we communicate with you? How can we form a relationship with you? How can we be interactive?
I just wanted to bring up, so back when me and Jeremiah were together, I felt like you were like the number one person always telling me, Huda, relax. It's just a challenge. Relax.
And I want non-Black women to understand that when Shelly was telling her that, she was soothing her. Yeah. She was soothing her because Huda could not self-soothe herself. So Huda is emotionally unstable. We all saw how unstable she was. So to calm her down, she was giving her that reassurance and support. Hey sis, it's just a challenge. And when she told her that in the context of these new bombshells coming in, because Huda was calling them bitches and hoes and whores and thoughts and all of this stuff. So as a friend, she was like, let me soothe her right now in this moment. Let me like ease her mind when it comes to these new women, these new bombshells coming into the house. Okay. But when you reverse it, right, Huda, you're not a new bombshell. You've been in the house for weeks. You have seen Shelly and Ace form this connection. So when she was telling you it's just a challenge, it's just a challenge, she was helping soothe you in that moment, which she shouldn't have, because she was enabling your BS. The girls have been enabling her BS for some time now, and it's coming back to bite them in the ass. Okay? But in that moment, that's what she was doing, though. Like, she was soothing you regarding the new bombshells, because she knows how you get. Like, she knows that you're going to lose it. You're going to crash out. So as a friend, as a supporter, as an ally, as an alliance, she's helping you through that emotionally by telling you, hey, sis, it's just a challenge. That's all that was. That's all it was. But Huda, when we flip it and we reverse it, you're not a new bombshell. And that's what a lot of people are missing. You weren't a new bombshell when it came to Ace. You've been in the house. You formed this connection with Shelly. So you overstepped that shit. Yeah, now their words are backfiring. And let this be a lesson. Because remember when I said, I don't know, on one of my videos, past live streams, I was like, when you enable with that toxic femininity bullshit, that shit will come back to bite you in the ass. That's why you don't enable that shit. Okay? That's why you don't do it. So this is a lesson for both of them. This is a lesson for Shelly. This is a lesson for Olandria, Sierra, like all the girls that was like, oh girl, you just need to get a masculine man. Oh girl, you just need to get a man that's going to accept you for who you are. Oh girl, he just wasn't man enough. All of that bullshit is coming to bite them in the ass. So, but me understanding Shelly's position, why she kept saying it's just a challenge, she was really trying to support and soothe her in that moment, because we know how Huda gets. That's what that was. And she shouldn't have done that, because now, you know what that, and all you got to do is give Huda an inch, she'll take it a mile. You just give her a little bit, she'll start to ice skate. Okay? She literally took that and ran with it, not understanding that the only thing that was she was trying to soothe her in that moment and calm her down when it comes to the new bombshells. That's it. That's all it was. But Huda, when it comes to Ace, you're not a new bombshell. So, and the girls that were coming in, they didn't know you. They didn't know you. They didn't know Jeremiah. They didn't know y'all situation. So there was no boundary for them to not cross yet. But when it comes to Shelly and the other girls, there was a boundary to cross. And when it comes to you with Ace, there was a boundary to cross. But people want to overlook that. So
It's just a challenge.
When that was happening, the only time I recall me telling you it's a challenge is when it was bombshells coming in.
literally.
And you wanted to tweak on bombshells who don't know you.
Exactly. So, okay, moving on. That's my irritation with people. It's like, Huda, you're not a new bombshell. If you would have been a new bombshell, I would be on your side. But it's like you weren't a new bombshell. So she was just trying to help you out emotionally as you were witnessing new bombshells coming in the house, and you took that and you just ran with it, and you are using that as a crutch to bypass the alliance and the boundary that y'all had, that she agreed to when it came to Jeremiah, which I feel like is just not right. It's not fair. So, okay, let's see. Let's get into Taylor. When it comes to Austin and Ace, I don't really care about it. First of all, it was painful to watch because it was very clear that Austin, he was trying to stand up to Ace, but it was just like, he just wasn't the right person for that. It was awful. It was like watching a man's son, another man, and then at that, watching a 5-foot leprechaun son. How tall do y'all think Austin is? It was painful. It was very painful. Then Nick, I gotta be so honest. This is when I was like really done with Nick. Where is it at? This right here. I'm like, let me do Nick and then I'll save Taylor for last.
I think I was having like the best night ever, and
it just gets to a point where Nick and how he's acting is just all ego. But this is the thing that is the biggest red flag, which is why the Olandrian dream has died for me. And I'm happy to put it to rest. It's because, okay, this is who you are when you're in your ego. This is how fake you are when you're in your ego. You're not trustworthy to me. Period. So now I'm just like, I don't see you as a good person for Olandria. So, oh, y'all thought I just had smoke for Huda? Like, that's not what this is over here, honey. Absolutely not. So this whole like picnic scene, it's just like there's still this continuation of him being fake to me, and I can't get with it. So it's just the whole time I was watching, I was just like, ugh. And me being a girl's girl, because I'm a real girl's girl, I don't want him to be with Sierra. Okay, even though Sierra has shown me that she's showing signs of fakeness, right? If I put the fact that she's showing me some signs of fakeness, right? And I go back to how I originally felt about Sierra, felt like Sierra was bomb. Like, I just love her mind. I love her style. I used to love how she carried herself, you know. I just don't think that Nick is a good fit for her. I don't. I feel like, according to who I thought she was, I honestly felt like she deserved better. Okay, and this I just couldn't agree more. Someone on TikTok said Sammy Love Island. Okay. She goes, let's be real. If they do work out, since she is talking about life after the villa, I don't see them lasting past a month, honestly. She has to realize that more than half of the viewers ship Nick with Olandria. She will see all the content of how Nick likes Olandria. She will have to deal with the fact that, yes, Nick's mom and sister were accepting of Sierra, but the fact that they were Nick Olandria shippers first before her. The fact the NFL, celebrities, influencers, and brands were supporting this. The fact Nick Olandria is the most popular ship of this season, and people are making fan edits, poems, shirts, and much more. I don't think movie night will be her last straw, but real reality will be. Interesting. Okay. Yes, and I originally screenshotted this because I'm just like, oh, Sierra does deserve better. She does. She does. And so does Olandria. Like, honestly, Nick, you lost me. I just, this whole picnic scene, it was very cringy. The way he's acting with the guys is very cringy. It's just very fake. And it's just like, if all it takes is for you to be in your ego to be that fake, absolutely not. Like, rest in peace to the Nicolandrian shippers out there, but rest in peace on this channel, because I can't support that. Okay, that's a man that can easily cheat on you and you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. Like, that's the type of man where he would gift his mistress a fragrance or a perfume and then give you the same scent and then have y'all both wear it at the same time so he won't get caught up. Like, that's why this is just Lust Island for me. This is Lust Island for me.
It came to that point where it was Elan's turn to, pull you. And I was so upset. Like,
I have a real question to the girls out here that don't agree with my segment on Nick and Sierra. Do you think he would have closed things off if Elan wouldn't have entered the villa? Or, well, Casa Amor? If he wouldn't have saw how Elan was willing to take her down on that heart during that challenge? Guess we'll never know at this point.
mad, honestly.
Are you triggered because it's like an ego thing? Or
even Sierra is picking up on the fact that it's most likely an ego thing. Her intuition is speaking to her and she keeps like pushing it down because she wants this to work. But her, even she can feel like it's just an ego thing with him.
is it a me thing? Like, is it because that you have these feelings for me?
I definitely think it was like this protective like feeling that I had.
Protective feeling, Nick? Oh, you know what? I would have liked to see Elan and Olandria. That would have been a nice little pair up too. I don't know why we didn't get to see them interact. Ugh. And let this also be a lesson to the girls that think like when you have chemistry with a guy and things are very hot and passionate in the beginning. Are you playing yourself? Are you playing yourself with that? Like you may need to like, slow it down. You know what I mean? Cuz a lot of times when you enter into those connections and it's very fiery and passionate, it's such a fast burn. It's like a candle, right? And it burns fast and then it's gone. You want something slow and steady. So let's write that down too. Slow and steady. Consistent but slow and steady.
Into this experience, I had a lot of trust issues from my previous relationships, and because with Alandria, I think like it makes me uncomfortable to think about it after.
Crazy. Y'all think he bisexual? Girl, you think he bisexual? At this point, listen, y'all. I done see three-way kisses and all type of stuff. At this point, I'm open to the possibilities. Okay, this is all I'm doing is just reading people on the show, but you could be right. You know what I mean? Like at this point, because I don't feel like none of them are being like genuine enough to really read them. So yeah, I'm just reading them based off of how they showing up on the show. But I don't know. I mean, you never know these days.
Marinating on it a couple of days, I'm almost like,
yes, I do.
Do I feel like they needed to take it that far to figure that out? And yeah, like how would you have felt if it was Taylor and I in the opposite position?
Do you think if it was the opposite, do you think Nick would have cared? I know. And that's the thing that's like kind of fake with me with Sierra. It's like it's so crazy how people can easily influence her. Like I'm starting to notice that. And see, this is when you couple up with the wrong man, like I'm trying not to put too much judgment on Sierra because sometimes when you couple up with the wrong man, he brings out the worst in you, like your insecurities. And so because you could tell like her self-esteem has taken a hit. And I've been in, relationships where my self-esteem has taken a hit and I'm not showing up like that girl that I was showing up as before. So the girl as I'm showing up as the girl that I'm currently at, like the person I am today, but I'm in this connection is bringing out the worst in me and it's taking a toll on my self-esteem. So now when I assert myself in other places, I'm not showing up as my best self. And that's the vibe that I'm getting from Sierra because it's just crazy how people are able to plant seeds in her mind and how she's just able to switch up so fast, which to me that shows fakeness. Because no one can come around me and just easily plant seeds in my mind and I'm just switching up like a light bulb, like a light switch. And that's the fakeness that I'm getting from her. Like I want her to stand more in her truth and who she is. But because she's coupled up with Nick and she's given her body to Nick, her self-esteem and her self-confidence has really taken a hit to where it just seems like people can say anything now and she just goes with it. And that's how she's showing up in this relationship with Nick as well. Like she just goes with whatever he's saying, whatever he's doing. And I'm just like, sis, what about you though? Like, how do you feel? Even when Iris was talking to her, she was more so willing to just take on what Iris was saying. But it's like, well, how do you really feel though? Is that how you feel that now that Iris has brought to your attention? Or it just seems like she's just like, she's going with the wind, like with everyone now, ever since she gave her body to Nick. And I don't think this is who she is. I think this is who she is with Nick. And sometimes that's the case for us as women. Who we are with this man isn't who we really are. And that's why you should explore. You should go out and you should date, and you should date different men from different cultures because they can bring different sides of you out, good and bad. And when it brings out the bad, those are things that you need to address and be accountable for, but it also shows you like who you are. So that's the vibe that I'm getting from Sierra, which is so hard to watch because I really think deep down she's a good person. I just feel like this relationship has really brought out the worst in her because she's not secure and she doesn't have that security and stability in this relationship. So we'll see.
That's kind of a good like comparison. Like I do get that it's your best friend, and I'm sorry that it was, but I think after that, it gave me so much more clarity on like the.
And does anybody else cringe at how the girls are like, that's my best friend? Y'all have only known each other for like 3 weeks. I don't know, y'all. I don't like that type of stuff. And thank you. That type of stuff to me is fake. Cause like, why are you calling Olandria a friend, a best friend? Y'all just met. Y'all, that's a red flag. In friendship, I do not play about. Do not call me your friend. I'm not your friend, and we just met. That's weird to me. I do not play them type of games because I feel like that's manipulation. You want me to let down my guard, and you want me to be vulnerable with you, and you want me to trust you, and it's just like I just met you. So y'all know how I feel about that type of shit. That bestie, hey bestie, stay the hell away from me. I stay away from women like that because I just be like, girl, you like that with everybody? Cause I don't, y'all, best friend. I do not play about that. I only got one best friend. One. And I've been best friends with her for over 20 years. So I don't be that whole best friend stuff, bestie stuff. I can't get with it.
Relationship that I wanted with you.
That's why I'm like, when it comes to Sierra, she be showing some red flags, y'all. She do. She do. That best friend? You think they still gonna be best friends after movie night? You think Sierra's still gonna be like bestie? Woo. Mm. It's gonna be interesting. Okay. I wanted to talk about in this sit down where he goes, no, Sierra goes, am I your dream girl? And you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Mariah, the scientist. Am I your baby? Ladies, please stop. And then when Sierra, when she goes, am I your dream girl? And he goes, I was like, ooh. Ladies, as a friend, as a girl's girl, when you have to ask dumbass questions like that, am I your baby? Am I your dream girl? You already have your answer. You're not. Do you not know in a healthy connection, you won't have to ask those stupid questions? Because a man will literally show you consistently that you are his dream girl. You are his baby. You don't have to ask. You asking because you don't feel secure in this connection. Okay? And that's where you need to start taking accountability because at this point, if you're not feeling secure in the connection, why are you in the connection? Asking questions like, am I your baby? Am I your dream girl? You shouldn't have to ask. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. And that's what I'm saying. It's like Sierra came in the house and she came in so confident. And now it's just like, she asking, like, am I your dream girl? Like, girl, are you freaking serious? Like, I'm so yeah. That was painful to watch. I was like, ooh, damn. And he didn't even answer. He did not answer that. Okay. So y'all ready for Taylor? I saved the best for last. So Taylor finally is honest. Let me see. Where's Taylor? Not that one. He is honest. And a lot of women are mad at Taylor. Why are the girls mad at Taylor? I'm still looking. Y'all, I have so many clips and stuff. I have a file for each episode, but it's still a lot. I'm just trying to find the next one. Okay, here it is.
Taylor, you and Landria have such a strong connection. How can that change so quickly? From question mark.
Somebody said, I'm proud of Taylor. His balls dropped. That's how I feel. I was like, finally. He getting some hair on his chest, y'all. He's trying to go from bird chest to I got some meat on my bones chest. You know what I mean? Cause, woo, girl, we seen his bird chest up until this whole episode. We 26 episodes deep. And I'm like, he finally getting some meat on his bones. Cause it was like, sir, like, what is it? I don't get it.
Clark, give me a different feeling. Like, you know, you get that kid feeling and it's just like...
How old are you?
25.
Oh.
I can't be...
Olandria, girl, cause like she's like, how old are you? And it's just like we could literally say the same. Like we could literally be like, how old are you, Olandria? Cause the way you've been acting, you have not been acting your age. You have not. You have chased this man down. And so it's just hard to watch. So I'm just like, let's not do that. 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 Because you're asking him how old he is, but you're chasing him down. And that's the thing that I need women to understand. It's like when the situation don't go according to plan, when the man don't do what you want, right? You want to start talking shit about him. And it's like, well, that's the man that you found to be attractive. And in this case, that's the man that she was chasing down. Don't try to come at him like he's this and he's that. Like when you were literally chasing him down. So what does that say about you? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like it when women do that. I don't like it. Like, it's very similar to when a man is catcalling you or he's approaching you and you clearly show that you're not interested. And then he goes, you fat bitch. You think you all of that. You think you all of that. Like, that's the vibe. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Cause she wasn't fat when you was approaching her. Okay. She wasn't giving all of that. Okay. You thought she was all of that. That's why you was approaching. That's the vibe. Okay? And I get it. You're trying to deal with rejection. That's what that is. But let's not forget how you pursued and listen, ladies, if you never want to be in this position, don't pursue a man. Don't let him pursue you. Then you don't gotta ever be on this side. Ever be on this side. Ever. Okay? Let him pursue you. Because this, honestly, this could have been avoided. This could have been avoided. Okay? This could have been avoided.
Kid? I can have a kid feeling?
Sure.
All right.
Oh. Because honestly, Olandria should be standing where Taylor is standing. And Taylor should be sitting where Olandria is sitting. You get what I'm saying? Okay. All right. I hope the girls are learning, because when you know your worth, you would have been standing and choosing, not sitting and being told that you're not chosen. You get what I'm saying? She had the opportunity. She could have been up there choosing between Taylor, Zach, Elon, Nick. Pepe showed me he only into blonde women, so I ain't mentioning him no more. But come on now. It could have been the other way around. She's sitting where she's sitting because of her choices. It's not because she ain't got it like that. So if you trying to internalize it like that, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be internalizing like, oh, like nobody wanted her. No, a lot of men wanted her, actually. A lot of men wanted her. She's only in this position because of her. She had choices. So, man, It's hard to watch.
It's just really crazy to me how you guys have built a connection for what, like 3-4 weeks now? And
I don't like, I said I wasn't going to get emotional, but I don't like how Taylor is in this position. He's not a catch. I hate that Olandria put this man on the pedestal, literally, to where he can sit there and her face is like, well, I like how she made me feel. She made me feel like a kid again. Taylor, do you not understand? When I talk to my younger brother, because I have my younger brother watching this because I needed the male perspective, okay? Do you not understand that my brother came to me and he said, when he was trying to explain his point of view when it comes to Taylor, he called him the Black Woody. And you know what I don't like about men sometimes? Is like my brother was catching shit before I was. Like, I was like, what episode are you on again? He was like, I'm on episode 3. I'm like, you on episode 3 and you calling him the Black Woody? Damn. And he was calling him out on his, like, he was calling him out on his bullshit already. He was already calling him out. And the things that he was saying, we women wasn't really picking up on until later. Right. And so my brother was, I think in the 3rd episode, he was like, yeah, I don't like how the Black Woody keeps like playing games with Olandria. I was like, on the 3rd episode? He was like, yeah, like the Black Woody, he just, I don't like how he be moving. I don't like. So then shout out to my last live stream when y'all called in. Okay. Because at first I was not understanding where y'all were coming from. I just got to be honest with you. When y'all said that she was being breadcrumbed, I did not get it because I was just like, what? I didn't understand. I'm like, what the hell? Then my brother said, yeah, like he's breadcrumbing her. The Black Woody is breadcrumbing her. I was like, okay. So then I look at it like from y'all's point of view, you don't have to do much for Olandria to feel like there's something more there. Like all you have to do is like give her a word or two and she's sold and like she runs with that. Right? So, and ladies, let this be a lesson for you. The only way you should be breadcrumbed is he paid your car note. He paid your rent. He took you here. He took you on a shopping spree. I'm sorry. When I'm breadcrumb, baby, that's the breadcrumb. It's more like a slice of cake. You know what I mean? It's a whole cake. You know, like he paid for my nails. He got my hair done. He's been showing up consistently. Like, you know what I mean? That's the only way you could really breadcrumb me. Cause like you giving me some word mouth, some mouthpiece. That's not gonna breadcrumb me. I'm gonna look at you like, okay, raise your standards, ladies. Okay, because breadcrumbing, it go from you go from some word stuff, like some mouthpiece stuff, to pound cake. Okay. Raise your standards, okay? Because you can't breadcrumb me. I'm like, the mouthpiece was what did it for her? Because the mouthpiece could never. So that's what I wasn't seeing. Because I'm like, how can he breadcrumb her with that? But then I started noticing a pattern with Olandria. Like, if he gave her a little bit of hope, like literally like a little bit of hope with a conversation, she ran with it. And like and yes, it is breadcrumbing because it doesn't take much for her. Like it's really like if she sees like a possibility there, like it's huge for her. It's grand for her. And the reason why I'm like really pointing this out, ladies, is because you shouldn't be breadcrumb with something like this. Okay. You need to raise your standards because that tells me like, oh, well, a man really doesn't have to put in that much work for you to be breadcrumbed. And he should be putting in a lot of work for him to be able to breadcrumb you like that, which is why I say things like, oh, you know, it's only bad when a man love bombs you and you don't know you're being love bombed. It's romance and a good time when you know you're being love bombed or like it's romance and it's a good time. It's not a good time when you don't realize that that's what the fuck's going on. You know what I mean? But it's like when you realize like, oh, I'm being love bombed. Cause like sometimes y'all, I be talking on the phone like, girl, he love bombing me, but he about to take me out. Yeah, he taking me out to this restaurant, this grand opening, girl. I've been wanting to try it, girl. He love bombing the hell out of me, and then afterwards we going shopping, girl. That's how. Yeah, he love bombing me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, girl, it's cool. I'm okay with it. I know my time is probably not gonna be as long, but I'm gonna let them breadcrumb me. I'm gonna have a good time. Mm-hmm. It's just a summer thing. Yeah, it's just a fall thing. Yeah, it's just a winter thing. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm not gonna have a baby with this man. I'm just gonna enjoy my time, and he's gonna love bomb me. Ladies, seriously, like it only sucks when you don't know. That's what sucks. So y'all, I mean, come on. That's what I was missing. I was like, so I started seeing a pattern with Olandria. I was like, all you gotta do is tell her like one little thing, and it's like it's really a breadcrumb for her. So the lesson in this is let the breadcrumb be grand for you to truly be sold. Okay, let it be a pound cake, not a crumb from a loaf of bread. That's what I'm saying. Okay, because that's I was not getting it, y'all. I really wasn't. And I'm like, okay, everyone keeps saying the same thing. And that's the thing. Like, I'm really big on, okay, if everyone keeps saying the same thing, then it's me. It really is me. So I'm like, what am I not catching? And then I'm like, oh my God, you don't have to tell her much. Like, you don't. You don't have to tell her much. So make a man be grand with the crumb that he gives. Okay.
And what, 3 days, 4 days changes that completely.
I've already got to know her for 3 weeks. Can I get to know her?
So why are you telling Alandra that you're gonna spend time with her and then not do that?
I'm trying.
You're trying?
Clark, do you feel like he's trying?
Yes.
Honestly, I'll say yeah.
And honestly, I agree with Clark, but I also have to agree with Olandria. I felt like his communication with Clark was better. And I'm going to show you here in a sec why I felt like it was more honest. He to me was more honest with Clark than he was with Olandria. So let me show you because it's the way he communicates with Olandria. He just doesn't communicate honestly to me.
I told her like the whole how you give me a different feeling than she gave me.
Like you see what Clark was able to get from Taylor versus what Olandria was able to get. Olandria wasn't able to get as much as this. I got to be honest with you. So I do empathize with Olandria as far as she still kind of somewhat feels blindsided because she is being blindsided. This is probably the most direct, straightforwardness communication that we have gotten from Taylor. And I felt like he was way more open to Clark. Okay. I do.
She was confused on like how did I switch up over just like those 2-3 days. And I was just like,
but I also believe too that Taylor, like sometimes I feel like the reason why Taylor didn't feel comfortable communicating with Olandria was because Olandria only wanted to hear what she wanted to hear. She didn't want to hear anything else. So when you try to communicate to someone that doesn't want to hear anything but what they want to hear, it's kind of hard to communicate with them. And it's kind of somewhat intimidating because it's like it's kind of hard being vulnerable with them and letting them know like how you really feel if they only want to hear what they want to hear and not hear how you really feel. So I get what he's saying, but still, like, I don't know. Maybe it's me and maybe this is toxic femininity. I don't know. But I just feel like as a man, fuck all of that shit. You need to stand up and be a man and you need to let her know what it is, regardless if she want to hear the shit or not. Cause she just gonna keep being delusional. Yes, just like Huda. Do y'all see a pattern with this cast? I gotta watch season 6 and I gotta watch the UK version to truly understand what y'all talking about because I just be like, this is toxic as hell. You telling me the other seasons weren't like this? I'm like, well, what's the difference? I need to go look. But that's what I'm saying. I see where Taylor's coming from. I see where Olandria is coming from. And I know the girls don't want to hear that. I know you don't. I know you just want me to be mad at the man. But I can honestly see why he felt more comfortable communicating clearly or more direct with Clark versus Olandria. I mean, you could try to tell her in a lot of different ways, and she just not listening. She is not taking that. She like, that's my man. And if a woman can come here and just take my man within a few days, then that ain't my man. It's like she not listening. She not listening. And ladies, ask. No, I want you to tell me, based off of the things that we have seen Taylor say, do you think it was enough for her to walk away, or do you think it wasn't enough? Do you think it was only enough for her to have doubt? Because for me, I felt like it was enough to drop his ass. Like, let me know. But that's how I think. So let me know. Do you think it was enough for her to just drop him and like F him? Or do you think it wasn't?
You know, Clark gave me a different feeling that you never gave me.
But then also another way I can look at the situation, it's easier to communicate with Clark because, well, you're not hurting her feelings though, So, whoo, girl, it's a sticky situation. Because the communication with Clark is like giving her reassurance of what they have versus with Olandria, it's giving her rejection. So, and the way she's acting is she's not going to take it well. And I think he was intimidated too by her. Like, I don't want to tell her because I know how she's, yeah. I don't know.
It's like a kid feeling that you give me. It's not like I have to be serious.
And see, another thing too, the way he's communicating with Clark, when he got up there in front of the villa, everything that he's saying up there was everything that he had already communicated to Clark. So it wasn't like Clark was caught off guard by anything that he really said. If anything, it just gave her extra reassurance. So,
all the time, be like, I gotta, sit up right and be on my piece, Like with you, it's just like, we can just kick it and chill and vibe.
That's what I said.
I hope that means you feel like you can be yourself, though,
And let this be a lesson to the men out here. Just stand on business day one. Because it do come across a little sneaky, and I can see where Olandria is coming from. It's like, okay, but when Jalen was in the house, you were showing me all of this interest. Were you just doing that because you were trying to stay in the house? You were trying to stay in the villa? Because that's manipulative.
I don't even want to call it a love triangle, but hey, I feel obviously a little awkward about it. It's weird. I don't deal with this in the real world.
And can I also say, shout out to Clark and how she's handled this whole situation. I feel like she's handled this very well. She really has. Because this could be the way social media was like trying to create this thing between Olandria and Clark. She really handled this well. She really did. Like, they don't have any like real beef or drama.
Taylor, you and Landria have.
I like how she handled herself. And I'm pretty sure like producers was probably trying to catch her being messy or saying something slick about her, but she really didn't. She kind of just, Clark gives me the type of girl where she's very chill. She's very laid back. She doesn't really have much to say. She's very awkward though. She has this uncomfortable like laugh and expression at times that I think people read the wrong way. Like they think she's like mean or something, but really she's just very uncomfortable and awkward within herself. And a lot of people misjudge her on that. But she's really cool though. If you really sit down and talk to her, actually, I could see Olandria and Clark being good friends.
To Taylor from Landria, stand on business and stop acting like a little bitch with a smiley face.
Yeah.
The secondhand embarrassment that I got from that was the same secondhand embarrassment that I got when she went into that photo booth and she was like, ladies, if you feel like you got to do all of that, he don't want you. Do you not know a man will hunt you down like a wild animal when he wants you? Fiending. You don't got to do all of that. If you got to do all of that, he don't want you. Seriously. Seriously. I believe men are primal. So when they want you, they will hunt you down. Hunt you down like a wild animal. We'll be fiending. Oh, I just got to see her. I just got to see her. I just got to hear her. I just got to hear her. And this is coming from a woman that dresses more on the modest side. Oh, if I could just see a little thigh. When you give too much, you have nothing for them to work for. When you show too much, you have nothing for them to work for. You have nothing for them to chase. You'll be surprised. Seriously. 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 I mean, chase you down. I mean, it's like obsessed. I don't know what else to say. Like you're like obsessed with your smell, your hair, hell, the way you do your makeup, the way you carry yourself, obsessed. Have you ever had a man obsessed with you? I mean, it's like I've had them stalk me too, but I'm not that's not healthy, by the way. But I'm saying, like, when a man really wants you, girl, there will be clear signs. By the way, I think I think I got stalked by an old guy that I used to date, and he was in HEB. And I think I saw him. I saw his silhouette, but I wasn't trying to see him because I was like, oh, hell no. And then I walked down the sparkling water aisle, and I think he intentionally walked down my aisle to see if it was me. So I'm over here looking, at the sparkling water, and I'm like, and I have my sunglasses on, and I'm like, that ain't who I think that is. I ghosted him. So it's a long story. But when a man wants you, they stalk. They stop before they approach. So, but I got the hell up out of that grocery store because I was just like, I'm not doing this again.
The night of the challenge, we had a little chat. You told me, like, oh, yeah, when I went, I wanted to kiss you back out of respect for Clark. I didn't. First of all,
listen, Taylor is definitely wrong. We're not denying that. It shouldn't. How many episodes are? We 26 episodes in, and you just now want to stand on business? He definitely wrong.
you never spared my feelings throughout this whole entire thing, but now you sparing hers. I don't like that. So it was always fuck my feelings. It's officially fuck yours.
Girl, it should have been effed his feelings a long time. Oh.
You don't get that you're trying to explore. So it's like you're telling me one thing, but you're moving another. I don't know what you're telling Clark.
And that's the breadcrumb. That right there is the breadcrumb. I couldn't find it, but I think episode 25 was when I was like, that's the breadcrumb. He kept saying, I want to explore you, while not showing that he was trying to explore her. And I missed it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I missed the breadcrumb because I was like, what breadcrumb, girl? I'm looking for it. It was the fact that he kept saying, I want to explore. I still want to explore this with you. So that's the breadcrumb because I was not getting it. I was like, where?
Telling me one thing, but you're moving another. I don't know what you're telling Clark, but I know what you're telling me. That you.
Yeah, like he kept leaving that door open, like he didn't want to close that door all the way. But see, listen to me when I say this. Isn't that the point of the game though? Because if we're gonna get mad at Taylor, then we gotta get mad at Shelly. So, I like to stand on principle. I like to stand on principle. I'm not gonna fault him for that. I still feel like he could have been a little more honest and direct with her. Okay, I do. I'm not gonna fault him on that because Shelly been doing the same thing. Ace been doing the same thing. Hell, everybody in the house been doing the same thing. I think the reason why this triggers women so much is because Olandria was not doing the same thing. Olandria was putting all of her eggs in one basket. So people are mad at Taylor. And it's like, you're taking it out on the wrong person. You actually should be more mad at Olandria for not putting her eggs in other baskets. And she had the opportunity to do so. So that part, I'm not going to fault Taylor for. Stick with me. Nuances. Because I don't like it when y'all take things out of context. I don't agree with how he communicated. He could have did a better job. But I do agree with the fact that he was doing exactly what this whole Love Island experience is about, which is exploring options. Okay? But the way that Olandria was taking it, she kept putting herself first with him. So whenever this is where the miscommunication comes in. So whenever he would be like, I still want to explore things with you, she kept putting herself first. He's first to her. So she keeps taking it that way. And really, he's just saying, hey, I'm willing to still explore things with you, but it doesn't mean that you're first when it comes to me. Just because you make me first doesn't mean I'm going to make you first when it comes to exploring. She should have made Jalen first, not Taylor. Because Jalen was showing interest in her in the same way Taylor is showing interest in Clark. I'm just a messenger. Yeah, she misread her position. And I believe her ego is why she misread her position.
Still want to explore both of us, but it does not give that. And in case you didn't know, he did say that.
I know, he told me.
But you don't move like that.
Let's not forget in that moment when he chose.
And every time I hear Alandria say you don't move like that, she wanted him to move how she wanted him to move, which was to put her first. And that's where she went wrong with this. I'm sorry, y'all. Let this be a lesson to women, though. Please put yourself first. And that's what I think a lot of people were waiting for Alandria to do. We were waiting for her to put herself first, but she just kept putting Taylor first. And I'm just like, why? He's not even putting you first.
Clark, like that wasn't on.
And then, to be honest, ladies, Taylor wasn't even putting Clark first. Taylor was putting himself first. This is why being a pick-me don't always pay out well. It don't. Put yourself first. Because one thing about these men, and I keep telling you, they gonna put themselves first. Period. And you need to be doing the same thing. Y'all keep putting the man first, the man first, the man first. That's what decentering men is all about, babes. It's not about hating men. It's about doing what they do, hell. Since you putting yourself first, I'm going to put myself first. And do it out of self-love. Don't do it out of hatred for men. Do it out of self-love. Center yourself so much because you love yourself that you're going to put yourself first. That's what it's about. It's not about hating them. It's about, okay, I peeped that men are selfish by nature. Cool. It's not always wrong to be selfish. It just depends on the situation, right? But okay, y'all want to be selfish. Y'all selfish by nature. Y'all put yourselves first. All right, cool. I'm going to do the same. And I'm not going to do it because I hate men. I'm going to do it because I love myself. And I see that you have no problem putting yourself first. So I'm going to do the same. That's it.
I'm going to continue to get to know both of you. Like, she was going to leave the island.
Literally, y'all didn't know no one was going to get saved. So for you to throw a whole fucking...
And listen, I feel like the producers, I feel like we, the viewers, everybody done tried to save Olandria, but Olandria needs saving from herself. Olandria needs saving for herself. She does. So that's why, like, I voted for Amaya. I know a lot of people probably are not going to agree with me on that, but the reason I voted for Amaya is because Amaya is just in the wrong villa. She needs to be in a different villa with people that appreciate her for who she is. And I just felt like everyone else, they give more self-sabotaging for me. Whereas Amaya is more genuine. And I don't know. I just connect with Amaya more. I just felt like out of everybody, she should win this because it gives Lust Island. And she's the only one that's genuine. She's wearing her heart on her sleeves. But isn't that what dating is supposed to be? Where you don't play games. You wear your heart on your sleeve because you're actually looking for love. So let's just call this season 7, Lust Island.
way that you've been building on for 3 to 4 weeks just because shit got hard. You want to jump to the next girl and she don't really know much about what you did previously. That is bullshit.
And that's what I love about Amaya. She's not begging for love. She was like, either you love me or you don't. And I may not be your cup of tea. We can learn a lot from Amaya.
Shit to me. You get what I'm saying? If I was moving like Taylor won't fucking be here. When Jalen was here,
girl, but nobody told you to put him on a pedestal like that. If I wouldn't have if I wouldn't have chose Taylor, then Taylor wouldn't even be here. It's like nobody told you to do that. You're supposed to be thinking about yourself.
I reassured this man every motherfucking day. He didn't do shit for me.
He didn't do shit for her. Ah.
Since this girl be here, I have been so motherfucking real with Taylor. I cannot express how fucking angry I've been.
I just hope the girls are learning from Olandria. Like I give her grace because this is a learning experience for her. And just like I had my learning experience with this, she's going through her learning experience with this. Okay, so I don't want y'all to think that I'm beating her down because she's going through this experience. That is not what this is. It's hard to watch. It's actually very triggering. And I hate that it's being done on such a large, like, global scale, because it does not represent Black women in the way that I feel like we want to be represented collectively on a global scale. But at the same time, this loyalty that she has, it's a Black culture thing. And I know a lot of Black women have that loyalty. A lot of us do. And I need you to understand that you need to have that loyalty with yourself. Not Black culture, not Black men. You need to have the loyalty with yourself. And that's what we can all learn from Olandria. She is giving loyalty to this man. She don't even really know this man like that. She just has found interest in him and she's giving loyalty to him. And she shouldn't have. And then she thought that because she was giving loyalty to him, that he was going to give loyalty to her. And that's not how it works. That's not how it works. And if you don't understand that from a Black culture perspective, you need to. Okay, because oftentimes we give loyalty thinking Black men gonna have loyalty with us, and that's not how it goes. That's not how the game is played. Sorry. It's cutthroat around here, so you better be cutthroat back, or else you just gonna be ass out.
I've been holding this shit together. I've been taking shit on the chin every motherfucking day, being dumped left and motherfucking right.
And Olandria sounds like how Black women are fed up and we give and give and give and we don't feel like we get anything back in return. That's how she sounds. So this is just her process.
Not once did I ever
This is her wake-up call.
question my worth. What do you need from me? What do you need from this fucking connection? You couldn't say shit.
I hate this. I don't like it. But it's real. It's real for her, y'all. Where she is, it's real for her.
And the girl get in here and give you fucking 3 days of attention and you fucking go?
Ooh wee. Yep. 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 I understand her frustration. I understand her anger completely. I'm not mad at her for that. I understand. I just want her to understand where she went wrong and moving forward, correct that so that she's never put back in this position ever again in life.
Go ahead. Finish reading.
So I feel like where you come from, you want me to think for you and move for you. This experience is for everybody.
Girl, when he said that, I said, ooh, girl. And then he wanted to rub his hands. I was like, Taylor, where this energy been at this whole time? That's why I said throw the whole cast away. Like when I saw this, I said throw throw the whole cast away. Cause they got too many faces for me. You know who hasn't had many faces? Amaya. Amaya done had the same face since day one. Everybody else, it's just like they keep changing their goddamn face, and I can't keep up. I can't keep up. So Amaya, girl, come to the front. We pick you. Cause this rubbing the hands, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. That pissed me off. Like, what the hell was that? Like, what?
You come from, you want me to think for you and move for you. This experience is for everybody individually. So the time I move for me, it's a damn problem for you.
And this is why Cher tells you to be a selfish bitch, because men respect bitches. They do not respect pick-me's. Gotta be selfish.
You want me to think for you and move for you.
Yeah, I was in my house. I know my neighbors are like, is she okay? Because she been going through it this week. Ooh. Yeah, I hope Alandria learned. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because I was just like, who is this? I ain't never met this Taylor.
This experience is for everybody individually.
This experience is for everybody individually. Oh, individually. This is why I'm self-centered. I'm self-centered. I'm only gonna think about myself, especially when it comes to in spaces like this. It's a doggy dog world out here. You better make sure you got your own back, because I'm telling you, when people are ready to put themselves first, then you mad.
So the time I move for me, it's a damn problem for you.
And listen, people keep saying, oh, Taylor thought he ate. He did eat. He did. Let me explain why. Say Shelly said that to Ace. Because that's basically what Shelly was saying. For the people that are like, what? That's yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. He did. Because that's all Shelly was saying. It's like, now you want me to start thinking for you and moving for you because you sent Coco home? That's not my fault. So and then honestly, the very thing that Taylor said, Landria could have said to Sierra when it comes to Nick. I mean, I could do this all day. And Huda could have used it too when it comes to Shelly with Chris. So the reason why I'm pointing this out to the girlies is because I need you to be more selfish. Stop thinking for the man. Think for yourself. Think about yourself. Stop meeting a man, only knowing him for like a few days to a few weeks, and you're putting him first. You're changing your schedule around. You're changing your future around. You're changing your goals around. You thinking for the man, and y'all not even together. You're not even thinking about yourself. So no, I think it was hard to hear. I think it was definitely hard to hear for a lot of women, but I mean, that's basically what he's saying.
For Sierra, I could.
You see, the producers are messy. Dangerous games. Dangerous games. Olandria was supposed to be playing the game, and she wasn't. She wasn't. She put all her eggs in one basket. So this is a mess. So this is unpopular. This is unpopular. This is unpopular, but I feel like the girls need to hear it.
Y'all, ladies, we need to pay attention. Taylor said something really profound that I think a lot of people skipped over just because of the animosity, the frustration and disappointment that they feel about his and Alandria's relationship dissolving and pretty much blown up in all of our fucking faces. Well, really not all of our faces, because some of us could clock that he wasn't really into her, so it was only a matter of time. But ultimately, there's something a lot of people skipped over. Taylor said, I feel like when I move for me, and I'm butchering this, but I feel like when I move for me, it's a problem and you want me to move for you. What he's really saying, he's speaking pure nigga.
I need the girls to focus on that. Because he gave you proof that these men that you be out here dealing with is not giving you, sis. Okay? You're allowing your emotions to cloud what this man just said. Because really, he gave you truth that a lot of men ain't saying. They got you stuck in this push-pull bullshit, this situationship, this friends with benefits, this we deal with each other when we see each other, and then like we don't deal with each other. So no, he gave us what we needed to hear. So let me play that again.
For me, and I'm butchering this, but I feel like when I move for me, it's a problem and you want me to move for you. What he's really saying, he's speaking pure nigga, right? But what he's really saying is, I'm doing what's best for me, and you ought to be doing what's best for you. If you didn't do what was best for you when it came to choosing Jalen, that's because you thought I was best for you. Just because you were wrong on that does not make me wrong for choosing what's best for me now, which is the connection that he actually feels, which is Clark. Are y'all picking up? Alandria definitely felt a connection with Taylor. She felt a connection despite.
I have to block the video because of copyright, y'all. That's why I keep putting the circle in on the videos, because I'm not trying to get copyrighted. So, okay, that's what that is.
The appropriate attention, desire, and affection she has articulated several times throughout her time in the villa prior to Casa Amor, that she wasn't really getting what she wanted from Taylor. And I think she started to see the little things that he started to do in the way end as like, okay, well, he's trying. But I think as beautiful as she is, and no matter how much of a slow burner she is, right, I am almost positive her outside experiences, she's gotten a lot more attention and intention than what she was getting from Taylor. And I think she was so hell-bent on having her cowboy and making this work that she started to settle and started to compromise. But ultimately, she chose Taylor because she thought Taylor was best for her, even though she had a...
Ooh, yes. Kayla K, I have to agree with you on that. Yes, I can see that, because the way Nick looked at Taylor when he chose Clark, y'all remember that? So I can see that.
Connection come in. She chose to commit to something that wasn't exactly at the level that she wanted, but she decided that that's what she wanted. She did that for her. You really cannot be mad at this man for choosing what serves him, because honestly, you not having a higher standard for what you want, it's blowing up in your face. Because if you had a higher standard, you would be with someone that actually wants you and only you. Because Jalen, and oh my God, is Jalen not America's fucking sweetheart? Was so sweet, was so gentleman like, and you just, maybe you weren't just like into him or weren't open to exploring because you were just so dead set and you were locked in. Something that everyone's accusing people of being a fucking crime in Love Island, but at the end of the day, it doesn't serve you to be super locked in. And here we are. So when he said, I'm moving for me, Taylor's letting you know very clearly, I like her very genuinely, and I'm doing this for me. I think sometimes we look at men like, oh my God, that's so selfish. I'm sorry, who is he supposed to be moving for? He's supposed to be moving for himself, and ultimately a part of him moving for himself should be moving for you too if he's choosing you. That's just how.
You know what I like about this is not because Olandria got hurt. It's showing women why you need to decenter men. They don't have you centered. They have themselves centered. I'm gonna start taking some calls. Let me let this TikTok video finish up. I'm taking some calls.
Love and reciprocity is supposed to work. You're never supposed to move for somebody else. If you are in love right now and you are moving with thoughts of like, okay, I'm moving for this person and it's not something you want, you are going to end up cheating on that person eventually. The relationship is going to end up creating a lot of resentment because you're not doing ultimately what you want to do. If I'm in a relationship with someone and someone says, well, I'm only taking you out, I'm only being nice to you, I'm only courting you, I'm only like loving on you because it's what you should have and not because it's something they want to do, I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want it. It should be by your will. When I know that you're doing it because you want to, you have that conviction in your heart to do it, I know I can feel more secure in that because you're not doing it because you think it's the right thing to do. You're not doing it to play it safe. You're not doing it to stay in the villa. You're doing it because you want to, which is always going to come back to serve me in the end. I don't know how genuine, for example.
I agree, Juju. Still some off though. We can't deny that, but just based off of the show, right? Ladies, decenter men, okay? That's what it is. It's not about hating them. It's not about, feeling like you can't be with a man. It's about this is what I'm talking about when I say decenter them. It's about self-love. That's what it's about. Make it about you.
Nick's connection with Sierra is, right? But ultimately, his desire for her is at least great enough to bring him right back to her every single time, almost put an asterisk there. But yeah, ultimately, I need us all to be thinking about ourselves. That does not mean be so self-centered you're not considerate towards others. I think if Taylor was really thinking of himself and being considerate, he would have been open and honest with Alondria about, feeling like their connection is cool, but being honest about it being more platonic. He didn't do that, so he absolutely misled her. So that is why, in my book, he is still absolutely a villain. But ultimately,
definitely, and also with him being the villain, because he is the villain, right? Take that as I have to be okay with being the villain when I'm thinking about myself and I'm making choices and decisions for myself. And see, I think a lot of women are afraid to be the villain. Like, oh, I don't want to be mean, or I don't want to come across like I'm this or I'm that. And it's just like you got to be okay with being the villain when you're putting yourself first. So that's part of you centering yourself over centering men.
What it comes down to is women not thinking about themselves. Women often think of men far more than they think of themselves. And ladies, we have to stop doing that because we are going to end up hurt, angry, bitter, and full of resentment. Because men will always find a way to serve themselves once it's opportune for them, once it's advantageous for them. So while they look like the villains for choosing themselves, we really ought to be doing the same. We really ought to take a page from their book. Those are just my thoughts. What do you think?
I loved her take. Okay, I'm gonna take some calls. Let's see, who do we have up here? Caller, you are on mute. Hold on, let me. Caller, are you there? Okay, I'm gonna have to move on. Okay. Whitney. Hello, girlie.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for taking my call.
Of
First of all,
course.
I love your channel.
Thank you. So what would you like to add to this conversation? Because it was a lot.
It was a lot. It was a lot. First of all, you are the reason I started watching this show.
Oh.
And I loved it. I binge watched it and yeah, I really, really liked it. I got into the whole Alandria thing, so that's kind of broken my heart a little bit. But
Oh.
yes, I wanted to add that two things. So one, have you seen that they're trying to get Sierra taken off the show for making a racial comment against Asians?
No,
So
what did she
apparently,
say?
yeah, I don't know how to post a link in the chat, but or if I don't know if you're able to Google, but Apparently, she made a Instagram post back in right before coming on the show about having chinky eyes. Well, I hope I can say that. I hope I don't get your.
Oh
I hope
no,
I
it's
don't get
okay.
about
It's
saying
okay.
that. Yeah, she said something about having that, and so now people are trying to get her off the show. So I wanted to get your take on if you think like they'll remove her like they removed the other girl. Like the other girl made a comment and they just took her off,
Wow.
and
I didn't
if that could change
honest
the game, I don't know.
Yulisa wasn't on the show long enough for me to even notice that she was gone. And I know that's terrible, but I honestly I think I missed the part where they like said that she was like eliminated or whatever. I missed
It
that
was
part.
a one sentence. Yeah.
Crazy. So I guess we
So
gonna
that was one thing, and then second thing, my comment on the whole Alandra thing that hurt my heart because I think we all have been in that situation where I
Def-
felt like he was conniving because in a way she made it very clear she wanted to build a friendship, and so
Mhm.
in a way she felt like he betrayed the friendship
I
that
can
she
see that.
felt like they had built by just not being honest. Like she kept telling him, like if you kind of go back on the past episode, she kept saying to him she wants him to be real,
Mhm.
be upfront with her, let's build a friendship so we know this is real. And then he still turned around and did this. So my heart hurt for her. But I will land my plane with that, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming up here and sharing. Bye-bye. So I'm just now learning about the whole racial slur thing. Honestly, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how Love Island producers handle this. Ashley, are you there?
Oh yes, hi Yanni.
Hello, how are you? What
Hi,
would you like to add
hi,
to
thank
the
you.
combo?
Okay, so basically I only have things to say in relevance to Olandra and the Taylor situation. For Shelly and Huda, I really don't understand what's going on because I feel like every time I watch them arguing, I feel like chunks are missing, so it's very hard for me to actually understand what they're talking about in general. So I'm not really going to say anything about that.
Okay.
But for the Taylor and Olandra situation, now for Olandra, I really, really like Olandra because I think she's very mature. I like the way she handles herself in general. But I think it's that kind of thing where she thinks because she's mature in every aspect of her life, she would also understand how love and dating is now. And I
Mm,
just think not the way it works in general. Also considering she said that she's been single for 5 years and she only had one boyfriend ever. I just think that added a lot of she's just very immature, like for the love aspect or how to play the game in general. And don't get me wrong, I still feel like Taylor is extremely evil. Like, I don't know why you should be arguing with someone with like 5 strands of hair. Really wouldn't be arguing with somebody like Taylor in general. Like, he's crazy for that. But at the same time, she should have kind of seen this coming. And it's not even from a
do you
malicious aspect.
I,
I feel like she felt if
I do
she
I do have a question.
chooses,
If
yeah,
say the roles were reversed and say Olandria was in Taylor's shoes, do you think that she would be evil?
I would think she's evil. Why I think that it's evil in general is because of his demeanor change. I feel this is my opinion. Saw a video on TikTok, and the narrator for Love Island, he watches the unedited version and everything before he puts in his jokes, and then they do the final filming and everything. And he said honestly, because he was in a podcast, and he said honestly he would have sworn down that they get married and have kids. So there's a lot of context missing from the actual relationship itself, because the
Mhm.
way it looks, it always just looks like Olandra is chasing Taylor. And I feel like Olandra really shot herself in the foot, and she really messed this up because I feel maybe in her mind she thought, you know what, maybe if I still keep the competition here, he'd look at me in a certain way, he think I'm not really all about him. And I hate that she thought that way, because I love to keep options open. Like, you're always supposed to go out and explore, but at the same time, I can't really fault her because she's only had one boyfriend, and she's like the oldest sibling. So it's that late bloomer thing, because I'm an oldest sibling as well.
Mhm.
And then on top of that, I went to an all girls Catholic secondary school. So I know how it feels to be just about one person, because you've never really been exposed to other people, and you don't know how people really move. And she may have started coming from a genuine point of view in general. I
Mhm.
think that's where she came in. She's been very genuine with her connection with Taylor, I'm guessing, but maybe she just didn't see this coming, because now the way I move, I always suspect everybody of something. You never really know what people are thinking, and
Right.
she really put a lot of trust in him, as she doesn't know this man at
Yeah.
all. Like, every single conversation we hear is about the cowboy dream and the farm and all that
Yeah.
nonsense, and I'm just like, you don't know, you really don't know what. There's 100K on the line. Anybody could do
Yeah.
anything. People can pretend to be in love with you for 100K. Like,
Yeah,
I
that's
would love anybody. Like, if it's 100K, if I'm supposed to get 100K, I will be so open. I will be all about one person, but keep another option open and stuff like that, because it's a game at the end of the day. But she really, really failed. And as much as I love her, I really need her to come home and just watch how she's being portrayed, so that she can
true.
now work on where to improve in general, because she looks very bad, and she just keeps looking worse. And something about producers is that if they see you in a bad light once, especially for a black woman, they are really going to capitalize off of that.
Yep.
They're going
Yep.
to keep like, oh my gosh, yay, my cash cow. And they'll keep making her look stupid over and over and over again until the show is over.
That's so true. I don't mean to cut you short, but I do have to get
No
to the.
problem.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me as well. I've been
You're,
watching you for a while. And
thank
thank
you.
you.
Okay, Miriam, you're up.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you really well. What would you like to add?
Okay. I just wanted to say I think production is too involved this season. Um I've watched Love Island since 2018. So I have
Mhm.
a lot of like different seasons and I've also watched different countries. So it's interesting to see the different ways that they do it. I think this year they're trying to get the clips, the different TikToks they're trying to get more traction. And I think they're trying to recreate the sauce that was seen last season so that they
Mm.
can have maybe another and
Oh,
I think also
I gotta watch the previous
yeah.
I gotta watch season 6 because I need to see what y'all talking about.
Um and I think also a lot of the things the dynamic that ruined this season as well is they're too aware of the camera. They're like they're not like relaxing and actually being authentically themselves. That's why everyone appreciates Amaya.
I peeped that with Sierra. I think
Mhm.
it really became evident to me in episode 25 and 26. I'm like, she's so aware of the camera constantly.
Mhm. Yeah, she was like a politician.
Yeah.
Any time you ask her something, that's why I didn't like how when Pepe to me asked a valid question. Why did you take out Hannah? You know, there were other people who were maybe maybe a better option. That answer that she gave to me did not make any sense at all. This is Love Island. Why are you kicking out somebody for having a connection?
I also thought it was performative of Ace to run after Amaya. Did you catch that?
Oh yeah, I thought that was weird. I think they also because we know that the bombshells they
Mhm.
watch before they come in
Mm.
because they have to know the people. So I think when the bombshells come in, they're like, Amaya, they calling you Amaya Papaya. They love you. They love you out here. And I think that makes everyone shift as well. I
Mhm.
think once when Huda was doing that first little thing, that acting crazy and stuff, I think people one of the bombshells or something was like, "Oh girl, they don't like you out there."
I can see that.
I
I can see
think sh and I think she also knows that that wasn't received well, and I don't think she's gonna behave like that again, even if she really wants to. But I don't know. We'll see. With Chris, I think I'm excited. I want to see Huda do what Huda do.
yeah.
I want to see Huda do what Huda do to Chris.
I just
Chris, you
want her
like
to own
emotionally unstable woman? Okay,
the
you got it
only
right here.
the only thing I don't want Huda to be perfect. And I think a lot of people think that.
Hmm.
I just want her to be real.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Like whether if you want to do
Um,
toxic stuff, then do it, but like just be real about it. Don't shy away from
mhm.
the toxicity that you're doing.
Uh,
And That's my whole thing. It's like, okay, if you're
Mhm.
bold enough to do it, bold enough to own it. If you're bold enough to say it, be bold enough to repeat it and say it to that person's face. Like, stop doing
Yes.
all of this manipulative stuff behind
Mhm.
people's back and then emotionally
Mhm.
manipulating them to their face. That's what I personally don't respect. But
Yeah, I
thank you
agree.
for coming up here. I don't mean to cut
Oh,
you.
can I say one more thing? I'm so
Oh
sorry.
yes, go right ahead.
Okay, I don't know if you've watched Hannah's interview that she did when she left, but
Oh.
she has a clip and it didn't get that much attention, but she said that she thinks it's kind of misleading that the way that the show was made out to seem as if the girls are just sitting and not saying anything about Huda's behavior this whole time. And
Mm.
Hannah says that actually Shelly was one of the people who spoke a lot. She says especially Shelly.
Repeat that again. You said Shelly and who?
She says that basically she was not silent. She was trying to say like because they asked her, "Girl, you see her doing all this stuff. You guys aren't saying anything, or at least that's how it looks." And Hannah's like, "No, we are saying stuff." And then she also says, especially Shelly, like also saying that Shelly is was also saying stuff. And I think that does make a difference because if Shelly was saying stuff in the beginning, then it's not so much of that idea of like, girl, you were okay. You were kind of enabling that Huda. This is the same
Mhm.
Huda.
Okay.
Huda has always been playing unfair. I can kind of see that idea if they were enabling it. That's why it's very important. Like if we don't know that bit of context,
That
and I
is
think
true.
that's also the same with how Shelly and Huda, they're mentioning things that we did not fully get to see, which frustrates me so much.
Yeah, like you can tell
Like
up a lot of stuff.
yeah, I don't when they're talking, like Shelly's mentioning that Huda said that she brought in Chris for her, but when you go to the video where they're talking, I didn't really get that in that clip. So I feel like maybe something was said because Huda also says that. So like they're talking about stuff, but like we don't get to see it. So I think it's and then also with the editing about the with the fire pit and that thing that they were doing and people are like why can't we really see what Huda did. I think I kind of don't trust the producers. Like what are you trying to do? I think if you want people to have their opinions, it should be based off what really happened. It's not
Right.
fair if you're trying to make it look one way.
And then have us vote. I agree. Thank you
Yeah.
for that. I'm gonna move on, okay?
Oh, sorry, I took a long
Oh no,
time.
okay, let's go. I just have so many calls coming in. I'm like, let me try to get as many people as I can. But thank you for sharing. Okay, Shelly. Shelly, are you there? Okay, it seems Shelly. Okay, I don't have Shelly. Okay, let me show the video that she was referring to because I did find it. I think this is the video. I'm not really sure.
Right?
Girl, Hood is always saying like weird stuff, like where she's just not confident. I take back what I said about Hannah because I felt like the little friendship duo that they had, I felt like it was more like Regina George versus Gretchen. But now I'm starting to take back what I said because I'm just like, okay, if they cut out a lot, then that means we didn't get to see the conversation, the real conversations that they had with each other. We only got the edited version. Cause it really seemed like Hannah did not like Huda. And it seemed to like kind of come out of nowhere. So, and the same thing can be said for Shelly. Like people feel like, oh, like, well, Shelly just all of a sudden doesn't like Huda. But it's like if they're cutting out stuff, then we're not able to see like how they got to that point of, well, how Shelly got to that point of not liking Huda, how Hannah got to that point of not liking Huda. I mean, I've been in situations with women where they break up and they constantly want to talk about their ex. That can drain a friendship, a relationship. That can just drain your energy. Baby, y'all know how I am with patterns, okay? Two things, because I already mentioned this. Remember what I said it feels like Huda is competing with Shelly? So when Hannah left the house, right? At first, she was competing with Hannah. That's why she came to her and said, how do you get men to like you in here? Comparing herself, competing with Hannah. Then tried to steal her man. Competing with now, I'm like, okay, Pepe, I'm gonna try to get with Pepe now. after you went and confided in her about like how you could get men in the house to like her, to do y'all not see the pattern though? She compares and then she competes and then she does something shisty or sly. Yet y'all wonder why people don't like her. Yet y'all keep trying to tell us, the viewers, oh, she's changed. Like, you guys need to lighten up. And I'm like, I'm not seeing that. And the women in the villa are not seeing that. And then I'm not seeing it just based off of the editing and what the producers are putting together. So I can only imagine what the unedited version looks like. So she has a pattern in that. So it seems like Hannah was her first target. And then when Hannah got kicked out, then Shelly became her target. And again, back to what I said, Shelly, Sierra, and Olandria, y'all have to take this L when it comes to Huda. And Shelly, you got to take this L when it comes to Huda because you had the opportunity to vote her out and you kept her. And then you voted out Hannah, and Hannah should have stayed. I'm just a messenger. I'm just a messenger. So I'm starting to see a pattern with Huda. Like, girl, so you did the same thing to Hannah before you did what you did to Shelly.
Permission. All you have to say is, hey, I'm going to pull Pepe for a chat. And like, that would be like.
And that's literally what I said about Shelly and Ace and Huda. I'm like, it's sounding like all Shelly wanted you to do was pull her for a chat to let her know that you had obviously changed your mind, or that you were considering exploring this option with Chris. It's just, she only thinks of herself. That's it. It's very clear. She doesn't care.
Decent to know before, so I'm not like.
Which is why the girls should have voted her off the show, because they only should have cared about themselves instead of caring about giving Huda a second chance. So what did we learn today? What did we learn today with all the people that keep considering others before they consider themselves? What did we learn today with that? Because we are learning a lot with that.
I think they're like, what the fuck is going
here and roll her eyes and make all of these weird faces because she knows Huda and she knows it's bullshit. But when Shelly does it, she's an angry black woman. She's a mean girl. She's this. But when Hannah do it, it's okay. Do you see where we coming from as black women? Do you hear us? Do you see us? Do you hear us? Because this is all Shelly was saying. This is all she was saying.
Confusing.
Now I feel bad that Hannah was voted off the damn show. I feel bad. Okay, let me take some more calls. Whew. Let me go to the top here. Is it Zinash? Is it Zinash?
Zanash.
Zanah.
Zanash.
Zanash.
Yes, ma'am.
It's nice to meet you. So what would you like to add to the convo, sis?
Okay, one thing I like to point out is the whole Shelly,
Mm-hmm.
Huda, and Chris thing.
Okay.
I remember vividly, there was literally a clip of Huda actually sitting down with Shelly and telling her that Chris has actually showed some interest in her.
Mm-hmm.
And that she would also like to explore Chris. And Shelly literally said, that's a great idea. Go ahead.
Okay, let me see if I can find it. Keep going.
So after that, when Shelly brought up the whole Chris thing, that kind of blew me a little bit, because I'm like, whoa. That was kind of like, whoa. Then after that, moving on to what Alandria did, where she literally blurted out that that Huda and Chris kissed, that was crazy. And at that moment, I was like, yo, like, I'm done. Like, I'm done with everyone in the villa. Everyone needs to go home now.
Mm.
It was crazy. And another thing with Sierra is, honestly, Sierra's a bit fake. She has this little fake energy about her. And I don't know. I think it's the lips, y'all. I don't know. I think it's her lips.
I know.
The little duck faces she be making. Crazy.
Too. Okay, so
Sierra.
I got the footage. Let's see what you're talking about. I don't want to lose you though. I've never brought on material, so we're just gonna wing it. If I lose you, please come back. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I think it's this one.
So I was like interested in talking to Chris and like pulled him for one chat. I found him attractive. Okay. I have no other options currently, so it's like if Chris is expressing interest in me, by all means, I would love to explore that as well.
Yeah. You know what?
Okay.
It does sound like a great idea. Yeah.
I love you. I love you too, bro.
Okay, and then hold on. There's another clip. There's another clip.
I was like interested in talking to Chris and like pulled him for one chat. I found him attractive. Okay. I have no other options currently, so it's like if Chris is expressing interest in me, by all means, I would love to explore that as well.
Yeah. You know what?
Okay.
It does sound like a great idea. Yeah.
I love you. I love you too, girl.
Okay, so she agreed to it. Okay, let me bring you back. Now, can you put this into context for us?
Yes. So basically, when she pulled up the whole Chris thing, when everyone's making it seem like she was being sneaky with Chris,
Mhm.
that's what confused me. It's like y'all sat there and talked about it. So like, where's like all this energy is coming from? But another big thing y'all have been pointing out, everything could be heavily edited. There could
Yeah.
be a lot that we are missing. But
Mhm.
just from that one clip when they sat there and talked, the way that Shelly came off, it was a bit strange. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, it's one thing I noticed about Shelly is she is gonna put herself first. And that's why I asked, I think the previous caller, I was like, okay, if you flip the roles when it comes to Taylor and say Shelly is in Taylor's position, you wouldn't be saying he's a bad guy. You would be saying, oh, he's exploring his options. Because Shelly's been doing we could say that she did that to Austin. So that's why I'm kind of careful with my stance because I'm like, okay, well, if we say it's okay here, then it has to be okay over here. And that's my whole thing with the whole situation. So I didn't see anything wrong with Huda exploring her connection with Chris. I just wanted her to be upfront about it. So this clip to me, I feel like if she had that conversation with Shelly, then Shelly should have just, if she said she was cool with it, then she was cool with it. But I don't know. It's like maybe the girls expected for Huda to be a little more transparent because that's the
I
only
don't
thing that
know.
could be missing.
I don't know. And another thing is I think low-key, I feel like Ace and Shelly, they can't stand each other no more. I think
That's
they're just truly tired of each other.
that's why I didn't vote for him. I was like, I'm vote for Amaya because it
They're
doesn't seem like I don't know. I I don't know.
it's
I don't know how I don't know. It again, it just seems like there's more stuff like missing. I don't know.
mm-hmm.
But if
Yes.
they had that conversation, then it should have been done. The only issue that still stands then is the boundary that Huda should have never crossed with Shelly when it comes to Ace because Huda is not a new bombshell. So,
Yes, and I'm very happy that you pointed it out because I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was agreeing with everyone on Huda, but after
mhm.
you pointed out the fact it was the principal, that's when I fully grasped what Shelly was saying.
Yeah, because I didn't get
So
it either. I
thank
was
you
like,
for that.
girl, it's just a challenge, just a challenge. But then when she actually explained it more in depth, I was like, oh. So, and I think again, it goes back to the editing. It's kind of hard to see where she's coming from if they keep chopping things up. So it's tough. It's tough. But thank you for coming up here and sharing. Thank you for bringing this to my attention because that does change things for me.
Yes, thank you.
You have a good one.
You
Okay, Shelly. Shelly, I tried to get you the last time. It's like you have
Okay,
two.
can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you on this one. It's two different Shellys up here. So,
Oh, okay. Um, so I understand what people are saying about having everybody explore and be upfront. I think the issue with Taylor is that he was a coward. He was not upfront with Alandria. He went behind her back and told, Nick and Ace that he was not physically attracted to her. And they still encouraged him to, hey, suck it up and find it. I think if you watch season 6, you would understand how heavily producers are involved in this season's gameplay
mm,
because season 6 was the biggest season for Love Island USA. And they're trying to recreate PPG, which it was two dark skinned girls, Janae and
I saw
Sierra.
that.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
the
And then
dynamic in and
Leah.
out, but I know the abbreviation of this
Yeah.
girl.
So PPG, the difference is that it was a genuine friendship, a genuine connection and they had each other's back throughout the villa. You can tell that the producers are forcing that upon Huda, Alandria, and Shelly from the get go.
Okay.
And the way that they're editing things is, I think people are missing the point. Yeah, it should be Love Island. Love should be first. But at the end of the day, this is money. PPG, those three couples have
Hmm.
gotten huge endorsements.
I saw
Pepsi,
the
Dunkin'.
on
Yeah,
Peacock. I saw that it was Love, like love, or was it After Love Island or something like? It was something like they had like some type of spinoff.
exactly. They have a spinoff. Some of the people have already done Destination X. Janae is on Destination X. It's millions and millions of dollars in endorsements, and especially like Love Island UK, they eat up them endorsements. The money is a lot. So producers tried to recreate Lightning in a Bottle by
Mhm.
forcing that PPG. So I think Olandria's frustration with Taylor might be that those three couples, they were trying to push it to the end, but it just didn't
I
work out
definitely, I can see that. I can see that because the
because the
trio
the
is on both sides, and Taylor broke
exactly.
the trio when he picked Clark, and that's why I said like Ace is kind of coming across like he's a plan.
And I think he is because usually Love Island doesn't choose people with such a huge following. And I was like, why does Ace look so familiar? And I had already was following Ace because he was teaching like, people in Pakistan and other countries how to dance online, and
Mhm.
he has gone viral several times. So I was actually surprised that they even chose him to be on the show since he already had such a huge following. But I think this season it has been very evident that it's all about the game, it's all about money, and
That's
it's
feel
not,
like,
and the producers are forcing them together. And everybody who has left the villa has hinted, or Hannah was kind of more direct with it, but they have hinted around like y'all are not really seeing what's really going on.
and
And I
that's
think
the thing
that's
that I was
the
about to
missing
ask
piece.
you is that do you think that they're heavily editing these conversations to fit what they had previously in the previous season, season 6, USA?
Absolutely. And you can tell that they are. That's why they keep saying, "Oh, I love you," and "Oh, you're my bestie." And I want people to also understand that forced proximity is a real thing. So,
Very true.
forced proximity, when you're isolated with a person for an extended period of time, it forces you to latch on to them. You feel like a strong bond, a strong emotional attachment. I was in the military, so I've seen this in real life play out. You're like, you've only known this person for a month. Yeah, but I have no phone. I have no access to go anywhere. We're stuck in the same place. We're forced within this confined space with each other
Mhm.
24/7. So you feel like you really know this person, you're really close to this person, and the bond is a lot deeper than what you would see a regular friend. Maybe you see your friend on the weekend, like for a couple of hours every week, versus you're in person with this person, sleeping quarters, showering, eating, wake up, go to sleep 24/7 with this person nonstop. And you have no phone, no books, no television, nothing. So that forced proximity, it's a real thing. And I think that that's why, people get so attached, not just on this dating show, but on all reality shows. So
I can
that
relate.
is another aspect at play.
Okay. Okay. So you think what we're witnessing is just natural survival instincts?
Exactly. And I think some people are hurt because they were there for the love, and then other people are clearly just there for the money. And I think another thing with Taylor is that he is an alpha. He's in a fraternity. And you can tell after I learned that about him, I was like, "Oh, that makes complete sense now." Taylor is there for the bromance.
Mm,
Clark
yeah.
coming in at the last minute is like a bonus because I think he is attracted to her, but you
Mhm.
can see that Taylor was always there for Nick, for Ace, for, Jeremiah. He's all consumed with the bromance. He really didn't try to make a lot of genuine connections prior to Clark coming in. And then he stood up for Sierra, but Sierra was not feeling him. And I think Alandria would have seen it earlier if another person would have chosen Taylor, but he was never chosen.
Listen, we with me pulling up PBG from season 6, this is copy and paste.
You see?
Wow.
Exactly. And that's what I said. They're
Wow.
trying to recreate lightning in a bottle. Those three girls, they ratings gold last season. And the producers are trying to recreate that. But the issue is with girl friendships, you have to naturally click with somebody.
Yeah, you
And
do.
those girls rode hard for each other last season. When you came for one, you was coming for all three.
Wow.
So it's just, and it's not giving with the other girls this season, but the producers are forcing it because of how great it was last season. Last season was their highest rated season for Love Island USA.
Wow. Thank you so much for coming up here and sharing that. I'm gonna have to watch
You're
these.
welcome.
Thank you. You enjoy the rest of your
You're
day.
welcome. You too. Bye bye.
Wow. The tea. Okay. Okay. So let me move on to the next one. Erica? Oh, no, we lost her. Okay. I'm not sure who this is. Caller, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. What would you like to add?
Oh my god, Yandy. Oh my gosh, I watch you all the time. All right. So I wanted to say I was thinking about this since last episode.
Mm-hmm.
The whole friendship and sisterhood mantra that Huda has. I
Mm-hmm.
think it definitely backfired on her. She used it when it came to Jeremiah. But in terms of her trying to find connections and move around, now it's like backfiring. And I also think the whole I love you and best friends and you're my friend and all of that, I think it makes it hard for people in the villa to move around and to people that they, because maybe Olandria could have been with Nick if she didn't um, make such like a strong connection with like Sierra and her
I.
other friend and other girls in the villa.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if I was to go to into Love Island, I would definitely not emphasize the whole friendship thing. I would just have it should be a balance because the friendship is important to an extent because let's be honest, they voted Hannah out because they weren't close to her like that.
True.
So, so the friendship is beneficial, but I would not emphasize that. And you can respectfully move around in the villa
Mm-hmm.
and not say I love you and and just be fake about it,
Well, she
so
did the same thing to Jeremiah too. So
yeah,
she has a pattern with doing that with men and
yeah,
women. So
yeah.
thank you so much for coming up here and sharing. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Okay, Ebony, you're up next. Erica, you're coming. Just be patient, sweetie. Okay, Ebony, are you there?
Yeah, hello.
Yes. What would you like to add?
Okay, so I'm a little shy because this is my first time doing this.
It's okay.
But I seen how everyone was coming out of Landria about how she spread the business about Huda kissing Chris.
Mhm.
But I remember the first time when they was going to couple up and Huda decided to air out Jeremiah's business about how he didn't like Iris and stuff like that. And she did the same thing, but it's being overlooked.
Okay,
It's being overlooked.
I gotta go pull up these. Y'all got me
Yeah,
pulling up the receipts when y'all drop it. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Now I did forget about that. Wait a minute. I don't remember this though. I gotta be honest with you. But go ahead.
the doors when they was doing the doors on the coupling, you had it in the beginning of your live. But yeah.
At this live or a previous
Yeah,
one?
oh, this one, like in the beginning of it, you showed like a snippet of it, but it was like Huda, she didn't get picked because Jeremiah picked Iris, and then she was like, "Oh, well, he told me he didn't think she was attractive and all this other stuff," and I was just like, I do
I
think
think I know what you're talking about. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it back up. Let me see. Here it is. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Okay. I'm gonna bring you back up.
I can already tell that the bitch doesn't fucking compare to me. Do I know her? No. Oh, I think she's messy as fuck. I think she's messy as fuck. I don't like her. I just already don't like her. I don't play about what's more.
And I'm gonna assume she was talking about Iris or was she or not yet. Let me see.
Like, what's mine is mine and don't fucking touch it.
Iris moves so weird to me. She hides everything from the damn get-go. She's over here, I'm a girl's girl. No, the fuck you're not. He told me that she's not his type, he's not attracted to her, and that he does not want to sleep in the bed with her.
Ooh. Okay, Ebony. Come back. Okay.
I'm
Ooh.
here. I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, go
mhm.
ahead, girl. I'm listening.
Definitely when the recoupling when Huda didn't get picked by Jeremiah, she was pressed. She was a little bit upset. She was butthurt, and her ego was hurt. She
Mm.
wasn't picked, so she decided to air out what Jeremiah thought about Iris, and he still didn't choose her. So at the end of the day, she made a fool of herself.
Listen, y'all are
And
gagging me up here. Y'all are gagging me because I'm like, oh, she did do that. It's so much to keep up with because again, that's how I feel like they're not really being genuine because it's like we got to keep up with all of these receipts to keep up with what original face did you wear? What was the original face? So she did say all of that about Iris. Is that why you think Iris doesn't like Huda? Because we don't ever see Huda and Iris really interact.
I don't know, but Iris usually says to herself she is kind of boring, unfortunately, but she does say to herself,
She really
and
do.
I don't even think I see her and Huda interact at all, barely.
Now that I think about it, hmm. Mm. Did you want to add anything else, or that was just the only thing you wanted to add?
Ace low key pissed me off because in the beginning he was all about exploring, and I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure Shelly closed everything off, but he was so invested about exploring everyone else
Yep.
to the point he was like, okay, I'm gonna explore too, but last night he was like, I don't want to seem like I'm not getting a chance because you're exploring someone else, but this was your idea in the first place.
I
You
know.
wanted to explore. That's what she's doing, but everyone wants to say that Shelly is being a hypocrite because she's doing this and doing that. But Ace started everything. He did it. He was the
I
first one to
know.
do it.
That's exactly. Thank you for saying that, Ebony. Thank you for coming up here and sharing. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Erica, girl, you are my last caller. What would you like to add?
Oh,
Thank you for
hi,
being
can you hear
patient.
me?
Yes.
Okay, so for future callers, the mute button and the hang up button is right next to each other. So if you're not careful when you unmute yourself, you'll hang up. And that's what happened. It probably happened to a few other callers.
Okay, because
So for
yeah,
next
girls
show,
were
be
like
careful.
disappearing and then coming back, disappearing. I was like, what's
Yeah,
going on?
I was like,
Okay.
that's me. And I went to hurry up and push unmute and it hung up. First, I want to say thank you so much for your platform. It has done so much for me. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate
Of
I
course.
found you at the right time in my life. I really do. Okay. So first, I just want to say I really think that they all are low key just trying to win. Like
Girl,
honestly, I really
do
do
you have a
because
notepad in the back?
yes, I wrote it down so I can hurry.
That is so me coded, girl. Cause I got
And
my
yeah,
little
listen,
notepad too.
I'm an Aries. I'm an April Aries, but yes.
That is hilarious.
So
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
okay, so I think that they're all just trying to win. I wonder what it would look like if they took the money off the table. Because if you're there for love and you really, really have a strong connection with somebody, then why not just leave the island with them? Like Pepe, if you're still stuck on Hannah so bad, then leave. Go find her. Like
That is true.
that's kind of how I feel. And
Yep.
then like you notice this is just like a funny mention. Did you notice how the people who left their car anonymous, they waited to see how the person would react, like how mad they were before they revealed that it was them.
Yeah,
I
I
feel like
noticed
that was
that.
coward.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
so I agree with you. I agree with you with what you said about Shelly and Ace and everything, but I do feel like if Shelly does come around and want to close it, Ace is probably going to be against it because of his ego. And I
Yes.
think Ace thought that he had Shelly right where he wanted her, and
Yep.
she put that Uno reverse on him. So
Yep.
now he mad.
That's why
I
I voted
also
for
think that
Amaya, girl. That's why I voted for Amaya, because I just don't see it working out with
exactly.
Shelly in it. Yep.
Maya is my baby. I was so upset they made her cry. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I really love what she said, and I thought about you when she was sitting up there as they were pouring negativity into her. She was pouring positivity back into her. Like you know, well, it's a strength of mine. So I really learned a lot from Amaya.
Hmm.
I think Chris did like Shelly, but he just gave up once he saw that he had a chance with winning with Huda, because
I think so
he
too.
knew that didn't nobody else really want Huda. So he was like, all right, well, I might have a chance to win with her. So I'm gonna just go ahead and go with her. I'm
Do you
almost
think it was
finished.
more
So
of a do you think it was more of an ego thing why he chose Huda, or do you think it was just a natural gravitation?
yeah, I think it was an ego thing. I think he just
Me too.
gave up. Like when Jalen was there, he was like, I'm not worried about Taylor. Like I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna keep trying. And that was that. He stayed on Alendria. He didn't just say, oh, you know what? I'm just about to go ahead and hop to somebody else. Then like I
Yeah.
feel like Chris just gave up. He just gave up because again, I think he's just trying to win.
Yeah.
And then with Huda, I think you can tell that Huda thought she had this game in the bag. She had the season in the bag based off of looks. And then when she got in there with Jeremiah and latched to him, I mean, yeah, Jeremiah and latched to him, I think she thought like I got this. But her temper exposed her. So her
Ooh.
temper exposed her from the beginning, and that made her very unattractive, especially to the guys. But I think Huda is one of those girls where conflict with any other woman is because to her of jealousy. Like the statement that she made. I'm sorry, what you say?
Yes, I noticed that she consistently compares herself to other women, and it's like little pet
Yes, I
stuff.
think she's one of those girls. She thinks that everybody is jealous of her, and like when she made that statement, "If I was ugly, would it be better?" Like that makes her feel like I think she low key thinks Shelly's upset because of jealousy. Like I do think that she thinks of Shelly's jealous of her a little bit just based off of how she's treated on the outside world because of her phenotype and things like that. I
Hmm.
think I don't know. I think that's where that kind of that
But
she just thinks high
remember,
school mentality. Hmm?
remember when I said that women who want people to be jealous of them, and I'm talking about the ones that create the jealousy scenario in their mind, and that's not what that is. It
Hmm.
is how they act and how they behave and how they carry themselves. And a lot of people,
Yes.
well, women like this that act like that, they're not understanding that it's not jealousy. It's simply like how they behave. However, they tell themselves it's jealousy because that's how they see
Exactly.
validation. That's how they
Yep,
see
I agree.
validation.
I think
Yeah.
Huda still has that high school it girl mentality. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
she needs to grow up. And then my last comment with Taylor, I feel like he was back to when he was like, I feel like I have to be so serious and everything with
Mhm.
Alendria. I think that he felt that way because it was forced anyways. Like
Ooh.
it was forced and he really wanted to make sure he won. He knew nobody else was really checking for him. So if you are forcing yourself to do things that you don't really want to do, it's not gonna be fun. It's not gonna be that kitty feeling that you have with Clark, because it's not as forced.
Are you picking up on the mirroring between Ace and Taylor? They act alike.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
I feel like Taylor is now showing who he really is versus
Exactly.
Ace kind of just comes out like this is who I am type thing, but Taylor was
This
kind of like
episode, it's like
laying
you saw the
low.
mask fall right off. The
Yeah,
mask just fell right off.
for sure.
I think they're all in it to win, though. Honestly, they really
That's why I don't
are.
trust him, girl. I don't trust him. I'm like, listen, Amaya the only real one in it here. That's why I had to vote the way I
Yeah.
did because I don't trust
And
her.
now, if Alandria still goes after Taylor after this episode, I better not hear nothing about Amaya. They better leave her alone because ain't nothing worse than chasing down somebody that's told you more than once that they don't want you. Like
Yeah.
I'm starting
Do
to
you
think
think
she on
we're
the
gonna see
spectrum
something
too.
different?
What'd you say?
Do you think we're gonna see something different?
Yeah, I don't know. Cause even when cause I was all hyped for her when she was like, I'm about to explore other connections. She explored, what was it? What was the Asian guy name? I forgot his name. Zach, was it Zach?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she explored him a little bit and then came up with, oh yeah, no, I'm not. I don't really want it. I think she just explored him just as a distraction.
Oh, I just need her to wake up. Like, I just need one of y'all to go on the show and just grab her, like, wake up, sis.
Yes, yes,
I just need
yes. And
somebody, I
then
need one of y'all to step on the villa and just like wake her up.
Nick closed it with Sierra because he knows that he might be close to winning. I just
Yep,
think they're trying to win.
yep, yep, yep. That's true. Yeah, because that whole interaction they had, that little picnic that they had, it seemed so fake. But hey,
Yeah,
another question. Do you think Nick and Sierra are in cahoots with it when it comes to just winning, not necessarily being together, but just winning? Because I didn't get the fakeness just from Nick. I also got the fakeness from Sierra with that picnic. What about you?
they could be. Yeah, it did. Because their conversation, like you said before, is very surface level. Like we are on a date, we having a romantic, moment, nice view, and you're talking about, oh, I can't wait to go to the amusement park when we get out. Oh, I can't wait until we can ride bikes out. Like you're not talking about anything deeper on a deeper level. Like
Yeah, their
I know.
conversation
So
was
they might
very
be.
surface level.
Yeah.
But then when I think about it, I'm like, low key, their conversation's always been surface level.
They have. That's why I'm saying it might
Hmm.
be, it might be. you might be onto something with
And
them
I
having.
also think Sierra knows that Elan was actually her better choice, but her safe choice when it comes to winning was Nick.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's why I'm like,
Yep.
something's just not genuine with Sierra, and I just can't
It,
unsee.
it seems like everybody is trying to choose somebody who likes them more than
Yep.
they like them so
Yep.
that they can win. Like, if I know that you like me more, you're not going anywhere. So I'm just going to fake it till I make it with you. And then that's it. I think that was Taylor's plan with Alendria. But he was like, listen, I can't fake it no more. That's not fun for me.
That is that's so true. Did you have any other notes, sis?
No, that is it. I'm sorry if I was sounding like I'm on drugs. I was trying to hurry up.
Girl, girl, I love the girls
I
that come with their notepads because I'm a notepad girly.
yes.
People think I'm crazy. So thank you for
Yes.
sharing.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You
Good
enjoy the rest
night.
of the day. Bye
You
bye.
too. Bye.
I love talking to y'all. I love when y'all come up here and give me an opinion. We didn't have no unpopular opinions today. I look forward to them because you could definitely have me thinking different. Let me look at the racial slur situation with Sierra because I think I downloaded it. Something to do. Did I send it to myself? Because I wanted to see where y'all was coming from. Now with Shelly, girl, I'm just like, so Huda did come to you and tell you. Okay. Why didn't we why are we mad now? Oh girl, they done called her girl, they are saying she is the R word on TikTok. Mm, I just need the receipts. Okay, here we got something. Ooh, girl, this is a mess. And listen, just before I play this video, we do not condone this type of behavior. Just like I don't condone Huda's behavior, I don't condone this behavior. So it all is the same to me. This is not how we should be conducting ourselves as women. Okay.
The thing that makes me more upset than Sierra saying this word is the fact that this comment is right. So many people
Chinky.
say this word and they don't see it as highly offensive towards Asian people. Even
I hope the music is not ooh, no she didn't. Okay, so I don't know if this was like a post she put this on her Instagram. Botox isn't for everyone, but I love it for me. Ooh. I am incredibly expressive with my face, and I catch myself frowning for no reason throughout the day when I'm focusing on something or something too hard. I can also be a little chinky when I laugh, smile, so I love getting a mini brow lift to open up my eyes. I don't get to see the rest, but basically down here in this little box is I guess the word she used the word chinky. I'm just confused. Like I'm trying to find the racism, y'all. Can y'all?
after so many Asian people have
Like chinky. The word chinky is racist. That's what I'm confused about.
said that this is very offensive, do not say it, they don't care. They think it's a descriptor. Racism against Asian people is so normalized. I have been called chink, gook, zipperhead in front of groups of people and no one said anything. No one.
Okay, I'm thinking that it's gonna be directed at an Asian person. She was referring to herself. Am I the only one that's lost? She was referring to her face. That's why I'm lost. I did not know chinky was a slur. I did not know that. This is new for me. I did not know that. Like that's really crazy because I've used it, but not in like directed towards Asian people at all. But I've used the word, not knowing that that's a slur. I did not know that. Dang, I gotta go look this up. Like, wow, wow, it is, y'all, by definition. I didn't know. This is educational for me, so don't come at me sideways. Because honestly, I did not know. I've used the word, but never directed towards an Asian person. It's just I've used it to describe certain things, but I had no idea that that is what that word is, and that's how it's being used. I had no idea.
I had a coworker tell me that when her and her coworkers they would say that they were chink-eyed. And I said to her, "Don't you think that's offensive?" She said she never really.
And I can see where people are coming from, because if the word chinky is used as a racial slur, right? And she's referring to how when she smiles, her eyes get, I can see that. But again, if I'm unaware that that's a racial slur, she probably is too. I don't think she meant anything by it. Not saying it's right. I'm just saying that I don't think that she meant anything by it.
Thought about it that way. They've never smoked with Asian.
I don't think they meant it towards this group of people. Now, if she directed it towards you all, then I'm like, okay. But I'm just now finding this out.
People, and so no one brought it up. Also, to go back to this, it is very offensive to describe your eyes as chinky, especially when we get told that our eye shape is so ugly, we should change it. There's so many people. I know someone personally who got double eyelid surgery. It's not funny, it's not cute. You're using a word that was never meant for you.
Damn, y'all, I did not know this. I did not know this, because I think it was like Nicki Minaj, like that era, and you do your eyeliner a certain type of way. I did not know it was offensive. Damn.
Using this word to describe something you don't like is very racist. It reinforces the anti-Asian rhetoric that Asian features are not desirable. This word has been used to discriminate, to belittle, to exclude, to villainize East Asian people coming to this country and working in this country. Also, it is not the responsibility.
I know. I hope it's not copyrighted either. We just I yeah. This is I, this is gonna be interesting. How love. All I'm gonna say is I'm learning through this, because I had no idea. Like when I say so unaware, so unaware. But then when you look up the definition, I see where they're coming from. So I'm like, oh, I had no idea. I've never used it as a slur. I've always thought it was attractive. I'm sorry. Especially when it comes to eyeliner. Like this is like really throwing me off. Um it's kind of crazy. And I also understand where Sierra's coming from, because she has fuller cheeks. And so when she smiles kind of similar to me, like you know what I mean? But I don't think she meant anything bad by it though. But I can see how people took it offensively, because when you look up the definition
Of Asian people or any minority to have to explain to people why certain things are offensive. You have Google.
Okay. Well, since we're talking about this, can we talk about the N-word? Since we letting it all out here, can y'all stop using the N-word? Because that's a racial slur. And it seemed like people would just be throwing that around, especially when it comes to pop culture. So since we getting rid of chinky from our vocabulary, let's remove the N-word as well. Okay, let's remove the N-word as well. So that's all I'm gonna say. But I had no idea. I'm gonna make sure I remove that word from my vocabulary, especially when it comes to describing eyes and things like that. But I need y'all to remove the N-word. Seriously, because I'm tired of seeing people use it. Seriously. No, it's really, if you look up the definition, it really is a slur. I know this is shocking for a lot of us, but it really is. It really is. And if they take it as a slur, then we need to respect their boundaries with that, because I need them to respect my boundaries when it comes to the N-word. That's all I'm asking. I have no problem when it comes to removing that vocabulary that word from my vocabulary. I will respect you in that way. The only thing I'm asking is that I'm respected in the same way when it comes to the N word. That's it. It's very simple with me. I just didn't know. Oh my God. Do you see how easily you can offend somebody when you don't know something? That's why I be sitting back watching and observing before I engage, because I got to make sure I don't offend nobody. But it's crazy. Sierra is Mexican and Puerto Rican. You learn something new every day. So that's all that I have regarding this video. Before you leave, can you give this video a thumbs up? Can you help me with the algorithm? I really would appreciate it if you could just give the video a thumbs up on the way out. That's all that I have regarding. Oh, someone keeps. Okay, Callie is saying that the video that I showed was heavily edited. You know I'm gonna be nosy. Okay, so can you, what episode was that? Was that episode 25? I'm gonna go back and look for it, and then I'll watch the full scene. And again, the full scene, the edited full scene, and I'll come back. And if it's out of context, then I will go ahead and address that. Okay. Callie, thank you for bringing that to my awareness, because I did. I pulled that from TikTok. I did not pull that from when I sat down and recorded. All the videos that I was showing you was basically the clips that I grabbed when I was watching. So I'll go back and look. So it's either 23 or 25. Let me write that down. And I'll go back and look for it. And if I need to put it back into the correct context, I will do that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And I hope to see you in my next one.